Dave Clawson's Bowling Green Falcons have dominated the competition in November, outscoring their opponents 152-10. But today, a much tougher challenge is expected, going up against Butkus Award finalist Khalil Mack and the Buffalo Bulls. The MAC East title and a trip to Detroit are on the line next. With so much at stake, why not move the game down the road to the NFL Stadium, as today the Bowling Green Falcons pay a visit to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bulls. Very simply, the winner wins the MAC East title and moves on to Detroit. No need for complicated scenarios in this one, as the Falcons and the Bulls come in with identical records both overall and in the conference. So the winner gets to advance to the Marathon MAC championship game and a date with Jordan Lynch and Northern Illinois. The loser stays home and watches it on TV. Hello and welcome to Ralph Wilson Stadium in Orchard Park. I'm Eamon McEnany. Happy to be joined by the former longtime NFL tight end Anthony Beck. We will check in down on the field with Brooke Weisbrod momentarily. But Anthony, who says we have to wait till next year to have a playoff? That's what's at stake here today. And how do you describe the opportunity for these two teams, basically a semifinal game?
Well, I can remember my senior year. I wanted to mean something at the end of my career. Both of these teams are led by seniors and juniors that can end their career on a high note, get their chance to play in that MAC championship game.
Now, the term MACtion usually means to explosive offenses they're putting up 51, 45 points a game, but these two teams are led by defenses, and NFL scouts paying attention to this one and Khalil Mack.
Well, when you turn the tape on, if you haven't seen Khalil Mack, you want to watch him today, folks. You might see the best linebacker in college football. He's so versatile. Can he rush with power? He started the season off against Ohio State and drives the tackle back and tackles the athletic quarterback Braxton Miller. You see him here. His ability to use his hands, his vision, make the wrap up and make the big sack. You talk to defensive coordinator Lou Tepper, and he says all his years of coaching, 46 years, he's never coached a more complete linebacker than this young man. And finally, can he cover? He reads and sniffs out this screen pass, and nobody's going to catch him, Eamon. I'm excited to watch this kid on the field today.
He came back to Buffalo for his senior year for two reasons: to graduate and to win a championship. Today he can help accomplish one of those goals with a win against Bowling Green. Now the Falcons come in winners of 3 straight, and in all 3 November games they have scored 45 or more points. But again, Anthony, it's the defense that is yet to allow a touchdown in the month of November.
Well, you know what? Their defense is led by outside linebacker DJ Lynch, and when you watch him on tape, he's just as versatile as a linebacker. He leads the team in tackles. Their defense is 8th in the FBS. You're going to see a defensive showdown today. Both of these teams getting ready to get their chance to play in this MAC championship game.
Now, there was snow overnight, but the sun is out, and we have dry conditions for now. This game was always scheduled for Ralph Wilson Stadium. So for more on that, let's go down to the field and bring in Brooke Weisbrod.
Crews arrived here overnight about 3 a.m. to start clearing the field. Buffalo actually had a walkthrough here scheduled for Wednesday. That was canceled because of the snow. And if you thought Bowling Green players and coaches would be intimidated coming here, think again, because Dave Clawson told me earlier this week, I grew up here, but I've lived in Bowling Green for 5 years. And if there's any place in the country that can prepare you for Buffalo, it's Bowling Green, Ohio.
All right, Brooke, thank you very much. These two teams very familiar with each other. The 11th all-time meeting. Bowling Green has won 7 of the first 10. This is the first meeting at Ralph Wilson Stadium. First collegiate game at this stadium since 1979. Buffalo, coached by Jeff Quinn in his 4th year. Former offense coordinator at Cincinnati with Brian Kelly. He has stuck to his plan, and it has paid off this year. So they are a step away from the MAC championship game. Bowling Green won the toss. The Falcons deferring, so Buffalo will receive the opening kickoff. Devin Campbell, number 21 in black, back to receive for the Bulls. Bowling Green in the all-white with the orange numbers. Anthony Farinella will start things off. Jordan Lynch and the Huskies await the winner, and we are underway from Ralph Wilson Stadium. This will be Campbell. Across the 25, out near the 30. Brought down by Terrence Bush. A 32-yard return, so we get our first look at Joe Licata. He now, as he steps on the field, becomes the first quarterback to start a high school game and now a college game at Ralph Wilson Stadium.
Well, you know, the thing I like about Joe Licata is he comes in as a sophomore, and he's a smart player. A lot of quarterbacks get worried about the speed of the game. He protects the football, only 6 interceptions on the season. That's why he's been so successful this year.
Brandon Oliver in the backfield with Licata. Licata from Williamsville, New York. And this is Oliver, blown up in the backfield by Bowling Green. And Brian Thomas. Flag on the play. Our referee today, Tim Owens.
Out. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, not exactly how head coach Dave Clawson wanted to start. You see there, Brian Thomas comes in and just grabs too much face mask, beats the left tackle, does a good job, but you got to be smart, know where your hands are on that tackle.
So they mark it at the Buffalo 44. And this Bowling Green defense has yet to allow an offensive touchdown in the last 3 games here in November, winning all 3. Licata to throw, and that short hops Lee, so incomplete. Now let's take a look at our impact players.
When we watch this game today, you're going to see for Buffalo running back number 32, Brandon Oliver. This kid can run. He's a bowling ball. When you think about running backs in the NFL, Ray Rice comes to mind. He's a hard downhill runner that makes people miss. And DJ Lynch, a linebacker for Bowling Green, is going to see a lot of them today. You'll see DJ Lynch on the ball as a rusher. You'll see him in space as a linebacker. He's very versatile, can do it all.
Oliver comes in with 7 straight 100-plus rushing yard games. Delayed draw to Oliver. He has room to move into Bowling Green territory. It appears that he has the first down. 9-yard pickup, so just short. Jerry Gates on the tackle. Boo-boo. He's affectionately known by his teammates and friends with the tackle.
Defensive coordinator Mike Elko for Bowling Green doesn't bring a lot of pressure. He plays good gap sound defense. You see there, when you bring pressure on the outside, it leads to big plays, and Buffalo took advantage of that.
3rd and short. Back to Oliver. Surging forward. And they give him the first down. Ouellette on the tackle. Number 93, Ted Ouellette.
You know, Brandon Oliver, as you watch this young man run, he's a leader. He's got high character. Everybody loves him on this team. But you see him, he sticks his foot in the ground. He can get downhill quick, and he doesn't miss yardage. He steps and gets them all. When he touches that football, he's a very dangerous back in the backfield.
1st and 10 from the Bowling Green 46. Flea flicker. Licata steps up. Has a man deep. Incomplete. Looking for Fred Lee. Knocked away. Boo-boo Gates and Rylan Ward in on the play as well.
Well, offensively, you got to try to shake it up here. They did a little flea flicker, a little short underthrown. Fred Lee can't concentrate. Almost picked off there by number 15, Ward. Does a good job on defense. So one thing on defense, Eamon, they do well. They don't peek. They never get beat deep and give up the big play, and you saw it right there.
Campbell and Oliver now in the backfield. That's Campbell in motion. Quick release over the middle. Dropped and almost intercepted. Lynch getting his fingers on it.
Licata trying to hit that quick slant to Fred Lee again. DJ Lynch, we're going to hear his name a lot today. Sees the ball go up in the air, almost pulls it in for the turnover. That's one thing now we talked about. Joe Licata's done a good job is protect that football. Cold football today in Buffalo. The ball's going to be a little harder. Really got to concentrate as a receiver, a tight end, a back, and hold on to that football so you don't get those opportunities to bounce the ball up and defense could possibly get a turnover.
The sophomore grew up down the road at Williamsville, New York. I think he's used to throwing in these conditions. Is he used to facing the Bowling Green defense on 3rd and 10. Here comes pressure up the gut. Licata goes down. The Falcons with the sack. Paul Swan comes up with the loss of 6.
Well, 3rd and long, you get the dial up pressure here. They bring everybody. They bring the house. You see number 33 with a great tackle, gets the big sack, and that's the way you want to start. 3rd and long when you're going against a young quarterback. Put the pressure on him. Great job of getting off the field for this Bowling Green defense.
Tyler Grassman on to kick. Ryan Burbrink back to receive for Bowling Green, standing on his own 15. Low kick. Burbrink says fair catch, and he makes the grab at the 17. 33-yard punt, no return. There's a look at Matt Johnson, the redshirt sophomore out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Well, they put Matt Johnson in game 1 this season. They never looked back, Damon. This kid now reminds me a lot about like a Jeff Garcia, be able to throw the ball different angles with his arm, and he can move with his feet. You're going to see a lot of read option. You're going to see a lot of motion by receivers, tight ends, and running backs. They try to fool and contain this strong defensive line of Buffalo.
Travis Green, the go-to back in the backfield with Johnson out of the gun. This is Green, has an alley into the open field. Across the 35 as we take a look at our impact players.
Well, you saw him right there, Travis Green. He's a former wide receiver and was buried in the lineup last year as a scout team player. His ability to get downhill quick, he's got that shifty speed like a wide receiver does, but he's shown durability. And on defense, Khalil Mack, we talked a lot about him. He's going to be on the scene today around the ball all day long.
Green picks up 20. Out to the Bowling Green 38. Back to Green, bouncing out to the right, gets the corner. Cuts it upfield, close to a first down. Pickup of 9. There's a look at Khalil Mack, but you mentioned the story of Travis Green, followed Anton Samuel from Florida to Bowling Green. When Samuel decided to transfer and move back to Florida, Coach Clausen said, you know, I work with Travis on the scout team. He's got some shake and bake to him. Let's try him at running back.
He does. You know, they said he made a lot of great plays in space. They threw him the football. He made people miss, and all of a sudden they throw him in with the first team offense, and he's making the defenders miss in practice. Great job. He stepped up.
And Anton Samuel, very good friends. Travis having fun telling Anton, hey, I'm having a better year than you ever had here. And here he is again. First down into Buffalo territory. Anthony, now let's take a look at your keys to the game.
Well, for Buffalo, they have to establish the rush on early down. CBO, Brandon Oliver did a great job there. They got to contain the quarterback in the pocket. Matt Johnson's going to move his feet and get outside. They have to keep contained. Bowling Green on offense has to have a good run-pass dilemma. When they run that read option, bring it to Khalil Mack and fool him and keep him on his heels. And they got to protect the ball. Buffalo does a great job of turnovers this year.
1st and 10 from the Bull 49. Johnson looking to throw, steps up, gets rid of it, has his man, and Joplin cannot make the grab.
See there, they run some play action. Joplin really comes open. He's been their most consistent receiver, 5th-year senior. Again, the footballs now are hard in this cold weather. You must focus and bring them in. Listen, every catch is going to count today if you want to get your chance to go to the championship game.
So now they open things up with trips to the left. Green in the backfield. And they run it. Green gets met at the 45. Give him 4, so that'll set up 3rd and 6. And now the chess match between defense coordinator Lou Tepper and Dave Clausen. What do you do with Khalil Mack here on 3rd and 6?
Well, you know, you gotta find somebody to block him. They got 2 redshirt freshmen playing tackle, so it could be a long day for these young men. But this is what Matt Johnson has brought to the table at the quarterback position, Eamon. His ability to move and get around defenders, break the pocket. They like his ability to do that and to create plays. He's extended a bunch of them. Let's see if he can convert here on 3rd and long.
Stack receivers to the left. Heath Jackson, top of your screen to the right. 3rd and 6 from the Buffalo 45, and the Bulls jump. Was Sokoli drawn off is the question. And he was not. So this will move it up 5 yards.
Defense. Number 90. 5-yard penalty. First down.
See Sicoli there. He jumps offside. He must be disciplined as a defensive lineman, especially when you're right over the football. Every yard counts, and now you go from 3rd and long to now you get 3rd and short. Huge advantage for Bowling Green.
That limits what Lou Tepper can do with Mack on 3rd and short. As you see, the longtime defensive coach and the head coach at Illinois. He literally wrote the book on linebacking, and he has coached 3 Butkus Award winners already in his career. Could it be a 4th? So now they bring in the hammer, William Houston, and they go to the I formation. And there was movement again, so we might just go back to 3rd and 6.
Yeah, they're going to bring it right back here on the right side.
False start. Offense. Number 92. 5-yard penalty.
See on the top of your screen, he just jumps there. You got to stay home. Can't make the big mistakes. Tight ends. So my eyes are always on the tight ends, and right there, tight end jumps off sides. You got to be aware of the situation. 3rd and 1. You cannot kill your team. You just get 5 free yards. Now you're back in 3rd and 6 again.
Come on, it's just like your family Thanksgiving game. We just had a do-over. That's all. 3rd and 6. Jordan Hopgood now in the backfield. Johnson moves him over to the other side. And he gets it. Straight ahead, well short of the first down. So I was about to say decision time, but Dave Clawson quickly sends out the punter, Brian Schmetterbush.
And it looked like maybe the back could have jumped outside and there was some green grass, but got caught back in a cutback. Great job by Buffalo defense to converge the football.
Schmetterbush out to kick it away. Campbell standing on the Buffalo 10. High kick. Campbell lets it go, and they're there to down it. And a great play. Let's see. Did they touch the goal line? And they did. Touchback. So they had an opportunity to bury him. Ronnie Moore did his job. But Licata and the Bulls, when we return, 1st and 10 from the 20, scoreless in the MAC East title game. There's a look at Bowling Green head coach Dave Clawson. As Brooke mentioned, he grew up around here about 30 miles north, and Joe Licata, not the only quarterback to play a high school game in this stadium, involved in our game today. Dave Clawson also starting a high school playoff game for Lewiston Porter High School, but as he told us today, not exactly fond memories of that game, as he said he threw 3 bingos.
Yeah, 3 interceptions wasn't a fond memory, but you usually remember those games when you're throwing those picks, but that was 30 years ago, like you say.
Not his first time back to Buffalo, but his first time coaching here in Ralph Wilson Stadium. So second crack for Licata in the Bulls offense. They go back to the ground game, and Oliver gets out to about the 25, gain of 5. Tackle by Rylan Ward.
Buffalo's best offensive lineman got hurt, the 3-year starter left guard Jason Carlson. So they've been maneuvering some guys, and they've done a good job so far of establishing the run early in this game.
They bring in the fullback Alex Dennison to the right of Licata. Back to Oliver, straight ahead. Not much doing on that play. We'll give him a yard. Tackle by Jarris Campbell, so now 3rd and manageable for the sophomore.
You know, head coach Jeff Quinn, he's a former O-line coach. He loves the big nasties up front. He wants to run the ball today. There's no doubt about it. Cold weather game, that's why he came to Buffalo. They're going to try to get as close as they can to those first downs before they start throwing that ball.
He had to adapt to his personnel. He came here, wanted to run the spread like he ran with Brian Kelly at Cincinnati, and realized that his personnel was better for the smash mouth look. Here comes pressure up the middle. Licata avoids one man, gets rid of it over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Fred Lee, but they will have to punt.
They bring blitz here. They bring the strong safety from the back. They Ward, and he gets there, and a nice job by Licata sliding his feet. But you see there, they're able to D it up on the back end and cause the drop by Fred Lee.
So there's Burbrink standing on the Bowling Green 40. Now Grassman goes to the rugby style technique and gets off a wobbler and takes a Buffalo bounce. Burbrink does all he can do just to get his hands on it. So good field position for the Falcons on the road. A 37-yard punt. Second look at the Falcon offense when we return to Buffalo.
ESPNU College Football, brought to you by GMC. Introducing the all-new 2014 GMC Sierra. Incredible thinking in the form of a truck.
This was earlier today, as we have to congratulate and thank the hardworking grounds crew and the facility people here at Ralph Wilson Stadium for getting the field ready to play. It snowed overnight here in Buffalo, but you couldn't tell from looking at the field right now. Great conditions to play a championship game. The Falcons take over, 1st and 10 on their 37. We'll go back to the I formation. It's William Houston, the freshman from Dublin, Ohio. Play fake. Johnson out of the pocket. Gets rid of it. Well short, incomplete. And ESPNU has a college football ACC-SEC doubleheader tomorrow. First at 3:30, the Hokies face off against in-state rival, the Cavaliers. Then at 7, the Volunteers head to Kentucky to take on the Wildcats. Virginia Tech, Virginia, followed by Tennessee against Kentucky. ESPNU's college football tomorrow at 3:30 and 7 on ESPNU. Both games also live on Watch ESPN, and that has been a one-sided rivalry lately as the Cavaliers look to turn things around. Here is a draw, a huge hole for Green. Into Bull territory, inside the 40, the 35, down to the 30. A gain of 33 yards for Travis Green.
So far, Travis Green has been really effective running the ball. You see here, it's that slide motion. They hand it off underneath, and a huge gaping hole. The defense slides with the quarterback movement, and Travis Green's able to come back and make a big gain. Nice job by the offense.
So he already has 70 yards as he continues to move up and into the record books at Bowling Green. So they stack the receivers with 3 to the right. We have yet to see a completed pass here. Both quarterbacks are combined 0 for 6. And here is Hopgood near a first down. 9-yard gain. So Hopgood getting more time with Fred Coppett being injured last week in the win over Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of Jordan Hopgood. You also see that big 265-pound number 32 running back, William Houston, who brings a load.
So they sneak it. And he is just short.
This might be one of those times where you see number 32, William Houston, come in. He's 265 pounds. You see him right now jumping in there.
They send in the fullback, Chris Pullman, as well.
They're not trying to hide it here. They know he's going to be the guy getting the ball. Defensive lineman got to really hold up here up front.
Started at Ohio State, changed his mind rather quickly, and transferred to Bowling Green. He has it now, and he gets met behind the line of scrimmage. Adam Redden, after missing the last 3 games, back on the field and making an impact. A loss of 1.
And when you talk to defensive coordinator Lou Tepper, he said Adam Redden might be the second most alarming player on this defense. They're so happy to have him back after missing the last 3 games, Eamon, like you said.
So they send out Tyler Tate to kick from 40. He has made 2 from 45 on the season. And Bowling Green is on the board. So the Bulls come up with a stop, but the Falcons settle for 3 points. We're back to Buffalo after this.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
See a great crowd on here at Ralph Wilson Stadium, but the visitors from Bowling Green get on the board first. And this is the MAC East Championship game. The winner goes to Detroit for the Marathon MAC Championship game to take on Northern Illinois. That game on December 6th. There's a look at Devin Campbell. Waiting the kick from Anthony Farinella. Returnable from Campbell from the 4. One move gets across the 30. Looked like they had him pinned back at the 18, but a nice juke. And it's a 29-yard return for Campbell. Anthony, you played in this stadium many times with the Jets. What do you think it must be like for a college kid to walk in? I mean, with all that's on the line is one thing, and then you play it here.
Well, you know, this is the goal, right? Every college kid that comes to college and plays football wants to play at the next level. And you come in here, play at Buffalo Bills Stadium. It's really an impressive sight, and these kids, I know they're excited about it.
So they start with the pistol here on 1st and 10. Looking to get that offense going. Licata dumps it off to Oliver, and nothing doing. Ball loose. But it looks like the Bulls get it back.
Great heads-up play there by Silas, the right tackle. It's just a quick pass to the running back. I don't even know if he had it in his hands to fumble. Again, that ball's hard, Eamon. You gotta squeeze it and bring it into your body quick. A lot of defenders were close to him. Makes it hard to catch that ball. Good heads-up play there by right tackle Jake Silas.
So that makes it 2nd and 11 as they ruled it a catch and a fumble. And this is Oliver bursting across the 40. 9-yard gain.
Such a tough runner. He just gets that ball, takes it downhill, gets those yards, no wasted movement. He's really been one of these leaders, guy that they can count on. He's done it for multiple years here at school, looking to go out with a championship opportunity.
And he can do it against the big boys as well. Last year, 111 yards and a touchdown on 30 carries down in Athens against Georgia, but now on 3rd and 2. He surges forward for the first down. As you mentioned, Coach Quinn, he told us, look, I'm an offensive line guy. I want to run it.
He loves the big nasties. He talks about these offensive linemen. They're led by their center, Trevor Sales. Their toughest offensive player.
And that's really where he turned this program around. He said, in the weight room, starting with the offensive line, he said, I wanted my big guys to be the guys that bought in the most.
Yeah, he said that was the big change in this team, getting everybody strong up front so they can compete.
Here comes pressure from Bowling Green. The draw, right into it. As Oliver stopped short of the 45 by Ronnie Goldberg. 2-yard gain.
Again, they bring pressure. You know, defensive coordinator Mike Elko, he likes to pack the box on 1st and 2nd down. He has a lot of trust in his defensive backs, Eamon. Of those 4 starters in the DBs in the back end, 136 total starts. So he trusts these guys to make the right decisions, and that's why he brings those backers.
So now on 2nd and 8, they send out 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Licata looking that way for Lee, and he has him. Looks like they're spotting him short of a first down. Cameron trusts in coverage, but Fred Lee makes the grab. Just short of a first down in Bowling Green territory.
It'll be 3rd down and 1.
That's a stick route, tried to get the receiver at the sticks. Now he got 3rd and short here. Again, when you got a reliable back like Brandon Oliver, who understands and sees the holes, has great vision, you can get downhill quick and get you this yard.
Trips to the left. Out of the pistol. Oliver met behind the line of scrimmage, nothing doing. The Falcons all over it. Ted Ouellette blowing that play up.
Well, head coach Jeff Quinn talked about he wants to be a north-south team. They decided to go east and west on this play. Why go outside when you got third and short? Get downhill. That's what Brandon Oliver's good at. Great job by the defense of getting surged up the field and making a big play and causing this punt.
So the loss of 5 sends out the punter, and Dave Clawson takes a timeout. Not much wind, so you wonder if he wanted to, maybe just obviously wanted to make sure everyone was on the field.
Dave Clawson, I'll tell you, he's really built this program. It's funny, we talked to both head coaches, and they both mentioned the path that NIU, Northern Illinois, has taken of building their program up. So they're both on the right track. They've been able to turn it around. They talked about having these seniors that are here now in the back of the rooms as freshmen, learning, understanding what it's going to take to buy into Buffalo and Bowling Green football. And wouldn't you say it's led to these two teams in the last game of the season?
Both stuck to the plan, both given time to stick to the plan. So now Bowling Green has everything straightened out for this punt return with Burbrink standing on the 20. Another low wobbler. Burbrink has to let it go. And it takes a Buffalo roll all the way down to the 1. So Burbrink decides to let it go, and that turns out to be a bad decision. A 52-yard punt, no return. Let's check in with Dari Nowkhah in the studio.
Eamon, thank you. Big day of MAC football, of course, on this Friday. Miami University and Ball State in Muncie. Keith winning, what a season he's had, to Jamel Smith for the touchdown. And it is all Cardinals right now. They lead 21-0, a little over halfway through the second quarter, guys.
All right, Dari, thank you very much. Another successful season for Coach Lembo and Ball State.
This is where Khalil Mack comes into play here. He's a devastating pass rusher, plays the run great. Young quarterback, got to get this ball out of the end zone.
He has been quiet so far here in the first quarter. They go to Green to the left. Bounces off the first tackler, gets outside the 5. So it gives him some breathing room with a pickup of 6. Khalil Mack in on the tackle.
I'll tell you what, I can't say enough about what I've seen on tape every game. I want to keep watching this kid. He is the most versatile player, complete. He's strong, he's big, great pass rusher. His ability to cover, play in space. I'm telling you, he's a special talent that's going to be doing some great things at the next level.
2nd and 4. They go back to Green. He goes to the right, strung out. And there's Mack again in on the play. Who said he was quiet?
But when he's a very quiet kid, but when he crosses that line, he plays. Look at the ability to use his hands, get the offensive player off him, sustain the line of scrimmage, and make the tackle. That's how you set the edge as a defensive linebacker.
And he thought about going pro after his junior year. Coach Quinn down in Florida went and visited him, and they said, "Hey, Coach, who are you down here recruiting?" You. Had a lot of help from his parents, who really wanted Khalil to come back and get that degree. So now 3rd and 7. Bulls looking to flip the field. Falcons looking for a timeout. Well, that'll do it for the quarter. Excuse me. So the Falcons more than willing to let the quarter run out. And we'll march all the way down to the other end of the field. A defensive struggle as expected, but it's the Falcons with points on the board. Travis Green and Bowling Green with a 3-0 lead. Welcome back to Orchard Park. All right, Anthony, both coaching staffs have had a long time to think about this 3rd and 7.
Yeah, offensively now, Matt Johnson, his ability to use his legs, Eamon, I think that's a key factor here. The problem is the offensive line of this team has given up 31 sacks. They're ranked 105th in the FBS. One of the weak points, but Mac Johnson can help them with his legs today. Keep an eye on this matchup. Khalil Mack versus right tackle Dietz, redshirt freshman.
They run it at Mack with Green, and he squirts through short of a first down, but he gives his punter more room. Brandon Crawford in on the play, pick up a 4 for the Falcons. That'll send out Schmitterbush.
You know, one of the things offensively when you're calling plays for Bowling Green, you understand, listen, let's not put ourselves in a bind here. We got a young quarterback. They have a very strong defense. That's why they're top 10 in the FBS. They trust their players that they can hold up on the other end, so they're not going to take as many chances as a lot of other teams in college football.
Campbell sets up shop in Falcon territory. Schmitterbush out of his end zone. High but short. Fair catch signal made for it, and he loses it. Loose ball. Falcons all over it.
Well, it's going to come down to turnovers. Who's going to make the big mistake? And you see here Devin Campbell, who's a trusty receiver. Folks, the ball is hard in this weather today.
Greg Hohenstein, the long snapper, gets the recovery.
And for a team in Buffalo who creates a lot of turnovers, now you look on the flip side, they're the first ones to make the mistake today.
So a huge break for the Falcons. That sends Johnson and the offense right back out there.
Buffalo's only have 4 fumbles as a team on the season, so they really know how to hold on to that football.
So they go to the diamond look. And back to Green. Hit behind the line of scrimmage by Okoye Houston. Houston off the edge to make a play.
Great job by Houston, the strong safety. He's a senior veteran, over 30 starts. Right off the edge, they don't block him because they trust the running back can use his speed to get outside, but he's way too fast, takes a great angle, and makes a huge tackle.
Mack now coming from the right side. And that's where Green's going. Nice cut in the open field. And he gets the first down into Bulls territory. So they're running right at Khalil Mack.
I'll tell you, well, sometimes that's the best thing to do. Take it to your best player. You got guys blocking that way, and he does a great job of bouncing outside. No contain on that play. Brim, he breaks the tackle against Brim. He's able to get outside. Really a nice shifty back. I'm really impressed by Travis Green right now. Coach says he's durable. He's a little man, but he stepped up and really held the load for this team.
He now has 96 yards on 10 carries. He gets a break as they bring back Houston.
Anytime you get your tailback to average 9 yards a clip, that's huge. Pays off huge dividends come fourth quarter.
So changing the play in the formation at the line, 5 on the play clock. And this is Houston. Look at him just push forward. Bulls push back. He's not used to getting the ball in the middle of the field, and he's used to those 1-yard touchdown runs.
You're right. You know, he's got 11 touchdowns this year for a combined 12 yards, and he had a 44-yard run last week. And coach was like, man, you did quadrupled your total for the season. And he's like, hey, coach, I can run too. Big back. You got to love having a guy like that that can come in and get those tough yardage.
He powers his way forward for 4 yards. Green back out there on 2nd and 6. From the Buffalo 38. Falcons looking to take advantage of the fumbled punt. This is Green to the right. Keeps going outside. Hit by Brim, and this time Brim brings him down.
I'll tell you what, you got to match up one-on-one. Tight end Alex Baer, number 82, going against Khalil Hill. You don't normally see tight ends being able to block Khalil Mack, but he does a good job up there and they're able to bounce the ball outside, sets them up for a 3rd and 4 opportunity here.
They empty the backfield. They run away from Mack. Looks like he's short of the first down. Tamaris Bell with the tackle, 2-yard pickup, so 4th and 2 here for Dave Clawson. What do?
You know, you have a big back in Houston. You know, to me, they've been playing it smart the entire season. But if you want to go win a championship, if you want to take it to the next level and get that chance, you're going to have to go for this.
And you send Green out there instead of the hammer Houston. And now the Bulls take a timeout.
Buffalo, they're first. I'm out on the field.
A critical 4th and 2 for the Falcons in Buffalo territory when we return. Welcome back to Buffalo. Dave Clawson sending his offense back out there again on 4th and 2 after the timeout. From the Buffalo 34.
Keep an eye on number 17, Ryan Burbrink. He's a Wesley Welker type guy. Wes Welker, he runs those short slot routes. Good option route runner. Might look for him to get this short 4th down conversion.
It's Hopgood in the backfield. Not Green or Houston to the right of Johnson. Now Burbrink in motion. And he's looking that way. Good coverage, knocked away, no flags. Courtney Lester, the veteran, comes up with a big play on 4th down.
It's a great stop by the defensive back there, Courtney Lester. 3-year starter, used to be a wide receiver, but he kept his eyes. He saw the receiver break inside, and he makes a nice play on the football. I'll tell you, you got a lot of veteran players on both sides of the ball, on both of these defenses. It's going to be exciting to see this game finish.
So the fumbled punt by Campbell cost Licata and the Bulls field position and an opportunity, but no points as they get it back on their own 34. Oliver back out there with Dennison in the backfield as well. Twins to the right. Offense looking to get going for the Bulls. Play fake, Licata steps up, out of the pocket, and throws it away. Brian Thomas bringing the pressure, and fans a reminder that the Buckeyes national title hunt continues tomorrow on ABC as Braxton Miller leads number 3 Ohio State into the Big House with the nation's best winning streak in the Big Ten title game looming. While Devin Gardner and the Wolverines look to make a statement win against their arch rivals. College football presented by Kay Jewelers, part of the rivalry series presented by GoPro. Ohio State against Michigan tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on ABC. And how about the AD at Michigan, forced to come out and say Brady Hoke's our guy as they this season spirals away from the Wolverines.
You know, that's always been a game where you throw the records out. It's such a great rivalry. But, you know, Ohio State's trying to make a move. They're trying to get themselves in position to potentially get in that BCS championship game.
Licata off to a slow start here, just 2 of 7. Stands up and fires a strike on that one. It's Newts, Alex Newts, the big play man, and he gets a first down with a pickup of 12.
You know, when I watch Licata in the back here as he's about to throw this ball, and you see him here, he hits Newts, comes around the defender, gets the first down. Newts gets a lot of those first down catches, but Licata, to me, he shows great awareness, his ability to find the spaces, feels the defenders, does a good job in the pocket, delivers a nice catchable football.
Took over last year, won 3 of 4 starts, and it has been his job since. And there's another first down pitch and catch to the outside, and the freshman Boise Ross.
Licata starting to find his groove, and that's how quarterbacks really succeed. You got to get a couple balls, a couple completions, get yourself in a nice stride, get yourself a nice drive together. Now they'll mix in this run. You'll see maybe Brandon Oliver now come back and try to break down this defense a little bit, get them on their heels.
Trips to the left now from the Falcon 43. Throwing again. Steps up in the pocket, over the middle, caught by Lee. Now Buffalo looks to pick up the tempo. 5-yard gain.
Bowling Green really strives in the pass defense. They've only given up 156 yards a game. They're first in the country against the pass.
Twins to both sides. Oliver in the backfield with Licata. And here's Oliver running to the left. Hit at the 35 and dropped there. 3-yard gain short of a first down. Zach Colvin on the tackle.
Outside zone, inside zone. They're going to let Brandon Oliver get outside. The linemen are going to try to get a hat on a hat, and he's going to pick those holes. He's done it all. He's done it well all year. He's got great vision. Set himself up for a 3rd and short.
3rd and 2. They send troops to the right. And Licata looking to throw. Has time over the middle, wide open for a first down. That's Campbell at the 10. Brought down inside the 5. 1st and goal for Buffalo.
Little redemption there for Devin Campbell after he fumbled that punt. Gets himself a nice deep in route. Good job in protection here. You see Licata delivers a perfect strike. Devin Campbell's been, you know, he's a running back, but he's been one of their receivers type guys out of the backfield. Does a great job of catching the ball, making yards after the catch.
30-yard pickup makes it 1st and goal from the 5. Here's Oliver up the middle. Down to about the 2. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal.
As you get closer to the end zone, and that's where the defense really gets picked up. Bowling Green 1st in the country in red zone defense. And like you said, they haven't let up a touchdown in going on 3 games now.
So they go 2 tights here with Jimmy Gordon, Matt Weiser. Oliver to the right of Licata. Licata looking to throw. Now he gets out of the pocket. Lofts it up into the corner and too high, throwing it away. Brian Thomas again bringing pressure.
Good coverage by Bowling Green. Smart play by Licata. Stands in the pocket, gets outside. It's not there. Throw the ball away.
The last time when they had short yardage, they ran Oliver to the outside and you were a little surprised. What are you looking for here on 3rd and goal?
Well, you know, it's different now because they got to try to get a touchdown, so they are a few yards away. To me, it's going to be a tough run if you try to run the football. I think here you can maybe do a little play action, hit one of these tight ends, get behind the defense here.
They give it to Oliver, looking to bounce it to the outside. He gets the corner. He gets 6.
Great jive by Buffalo. Got Licata in a nice groove. And then they feed their horse, Brandon Oliver. And he gets outside. There's nobody home. Great job securing the edge there.
Here you see 66 yards in 9 plays. 15th touchdown of the season for Oliver. 33rd of his career, and the Bulls take the lead. That kick is right down Chippewa Street. A big 30-yard play on 3rd and short, and then Oliver does the rest, and the Bulls have the lead at home on Bowling Green.
ESPNU College Football, brought to you by Subway. Go bold with the new Subway Sriracha Chicken Melt today. And Joseph A. Bank. We fit most everyone. JOSbank.com.
Good crowd on hand here at Ralph Wilson Stadium for the first college football game here since 1979, and they have come to life now after that 66-yard drive by the Bulls to see Buffalo go on top. Eamon McEnany along with Anthony Beck and Brooke Weisbrod. The winner goes to Detroit to take on Jordan Lynch and Northern Illinois. The Huskies are safely in the clubhouse, as they would say.
Tell you, Bowling Green now, when they get this ball back, limited possessions, a lot of running the football, and the clock is ticking. They got to take advantage and maybe get a little more aggressive here on offense. Try to create some balance and some drives down the field.
And it'll be Boo Boo Gates from the 8. He can be electric in the return game across the 30, met at the 35, and dropped there a return of 28 yards. And college hockey is back in action on ESPNU. Today at 5, it's a great showdown from the Big Ten with the Badgers visiting #1 Minnesota. It's number 13 Wisconsin against the #1 Golden Gophers. College hockey today at 5 on ESPNU and also live on Watch ESPN. Two of the most tradition-rich programs in all of college hockey. That series started back in 1922. This is the first game as members of the Big Ten. Minnesota leads the series. Doesn't get much better in college hockey than Wisconsin against Minnesota in the regular season. So Green back out there. but they're looking to throw. And Johnson has all day over the middle. Hit as he lets it go. Knocked away. Grimm and Houston in coverage.
They had two receivers in the same spot. That's never a good thing when you're trying to run your routes here. You see they do the read option, they fake it, holds on to the ball, but you see the wide receiver, the tight end in the same area. You bring two corners together, and of course Matt Johnson, not a very big guy now, takes a big hit.
Johnson 0 for 4 now. You saw Blake Bean recognize that no one was blocking him and got in there at the last second. Sets up 2nd and 10. Still looking for his first completion here. Fires a dart over the middle to Jackson. And that's good for a Bowling Green first down. Pickup of 11. Grimm with the tackle.
You know, they've had some injuries at the wide receiver position. Their best returning receiver, Chris Gallen, who's out with an ACL. And, of course, bringing back Keith Jackson. He's missed a few games. It's good to have him back to get this core going.
So Bear and Beck in the backfield now with the diamond look from Green. And they change up the formation. And they give it to Green up the middle. And he's driven back by the Bulls. Lee Skinner in on the play. Bo Bachtel as well, no gain.
Saw some jet motion. They're trying to get some of these linebackers moving, thinking about possibly them getting the ball outside and then handing it back inside. Nothing there for Bowling Green.
So Lou Tepper there, as we've mentioned, has already coached 3 Butkus Award winners. He thinks he has a 4th. Alfred Williams, Dana Howard, and Kevin Hardy at Illinois. Williams at Colorado. Here comes pressure. They're looking for the screen. They get it to Green, but he is bottled up. Good discipline by the Bulls. No gain.
Yeah, Bachtel, he sniffs it right out, does a great job, pulls back, gets right on that screen and makes a great tackle. And now 3rd and long. This is a dangerous place for this Bowling Green offense. We talked about earlier, forced fumbles, 25 turnovers, Buffalo's defense. And this has been a dangerous place for offenses against Buffalo.
You say forced fumbles, and Khalil Mack on the same field. He has done it more times than anybody in the history of FBS college football. They run away from him on the rollout. Pressure anyway, he gets rid of it. Incomplete. So the Falcons will be forced to punt with 4:46 left to play in the half, looking for Burbrink.
You know, Matt Johnson's been an effective thrower out of the pocket, but to me, he's probably a little better on the right side. When you got to go left for a right-handed quarterback, tough to get that shoulders around and throw that ball square.
Is that the impact Khalil Mack puts on your strategy?
Well, it does. You know, you got to find a way to block him. If you can't block him, you run away from him. And there, you know, that definitely puts him in a bind.
All right, Campbell dropped the last one, but as Anthony said, made up for it with the big 30-yard catch on 3rd down, standing on the Buffalo 10. Good high kick by Schmitterbusch. They let it go, and it just dies for the Falcons. And this time they do not step on the goal line. So good coverage by Gates and Bowling Green. So Buffalo gets it back. That's the good news. The bad news, they're on their own 1 when we return.
Dari Noka in studio. Coming up at halftime, we'll get you set for the Iron Bowl on Saturday. Also, scores and highlights around the country, and Tom Izzo handing out punishment. Eamon, got to go to class, man. Got to go to class.
Thanks, Dari. Thankfully for me and Anthony, those days are over.
No doubt.
Coach Izzo runs a tight ship. Iron Bowl should be a classic, but right here now, the MAC East title game. Buffalo looking to punch a ticket to Detroit. How aggressive do you think they'll be here with Licata and the offense on their own one?
Well, you know, it's going to be tough. You're going against a Bowling Green defense who likes to really pack it in there on first and second down, so you get a lot of one-on-one coverage. Can their receivers beat their senior-laden defensive backs?
And they start out of the pistol with Oliver behind Licata, deep into their own end zone. Gates creeping up to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to throw. They pump fake. The deep ball down the sideline. Looking for Newts. That's his calling card. He high points it very well, but that knocked away by Aaron Foster.
Yeah, good job by Foster. And they took a chance there. Little hitch and go. See Newts going out there. The ball's a little underthrown, so he's got to come back. But Newts is 6'3", so he can go up. He's a very good high point catcher, but there Foster does an excellent job of knocking the ball out of his hands.
So Alex Wood going for the big play on 1st and 10 from the 1. Now they shift Oliver over to the right, and they run it. He gets out of the end zone, but not much after that as Gates makes the tackle. So it'll be 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 to be exact.
Talked about all these DBs for this team. I mean, this is a very talented all-around defense. Every one of these guys has experience. They understand the plan, and they're coached very well.
They have to throw it high, and Newts can't. Let's watch as that one sail over his head. No opportunity to make a play as pressure was coming. So they go 3 and out, and Bowling Green should get the ball back with great field position and plenty of time left to play here in the first half.
Well, the problem when you want to go aggressive on the first play, Eamon, is if you don't get it, the clock stops, and you know you run 2nd down, and now you get an incomplete pass on 3rd, so it leaves them a lot of time, and you're gonna have to punt at the back of the end zone. You're looking here to get good field position, and Bowling Green now needs to take advantage of this opportunity.
Burbrink standing on the Buffalo 40. No pressure on Grassman. Burbrink with room, but he gets hit right away. Campbell drills him. He had room.
Yeah.
Say again, 37-yard punt, no return. Bowling Green in good field position when we return. Green and Buffalo, one step away from the MAC title game in Detroit. And Anthony, as you can see, very similar journeys to this point for these two teams.
They do. And when you're building a program, it takes time. You got to recruit. You got to bring in good players, good freshmen that buy into your program, and you got to develop them. That's the key thing. You bring kids in, but you got to get them to come on the field, and they're going to go through their bumps and bruisers. These freshmen that are now seniors went through those times playing against those tough losses that they took, and now they're both in a position to make the next step.
Most importantly, you have to have patient athletic directors and presidents.
There's no question about it. They're all on board.
No quick fixes. Both coaches sticking to the plans. Now Travis Green. Run down from behind by Houston.
They're gonna have to start peeling back and blocking Houston. He's showing his speed now. 2 backside tackles. Really an important element. Usually those backside guys can't get to the running backs, but they're pushing down so fast, and he's coming off a great angle. And Travis Green, you see there, started off this game with a bang. They got to keep feeding him the ball. I think he's going to be the difference today if they want to win this game.
Bit surprised they haven't gotten into the hands of Ronnie Moore, who was electric a week ago in the win over Eastern Michigan. Back to Green, hit hard right away. Mack in there, along with Sicoli. And the referee gets involved in the action. Hazard pay for Tim Owens.
See those defensive linemen, they can be fierce, and then they've been good guys there. They helped out the referee. I like it.
Well, they know the referee has a flag in his back pocket.
Yeah, tried to snag it from him, pick his pocket on the way over there.
So that forces 3rd and long. I wonder if the Bulls want to take a timeout to make sure they get the ball back with as much time left as possible, but they're going to let some seconds tick away here and concentrate on the stop.
They're manned up across the board.
All eyes on Khalil Mack up front for Bowling Green. Plenty of time, though, for Johnson out of the pocket. Throws into double coverage and dropped. Looking for Sean Joplin. Lester in coverage along with Whitney Sherry. I thought that was going to get picked off.
Sherry saw this all the way. He's in position. He sees the ball and just wasn't able to pull it in. Really give credit to Joplin there. He was the DB on that circumstance. Knocks the ball out. It looks like they're lining up here on 4th and long. Not sure I know why they're going to go for it here. You can pin them back. Buffalo's going to talk about it.
30-second timeout.
You know, we talk about Mack on this defense, but really, you know, across the board, they got so many good players. You know, David Clawson, the head coach for Bowling Green, said, listen, it's not just about Mack. You know, Najah Johnson, the number 22, the cornerback. You see Houston showing up. You know, a lot of good players on this defense, and with the return of Adam Redden, who defensive coordinator Lou Tepper says is, you know, the 2nd most alarming defensive player on this team, they have valuable weapons outside of just Khalil Mack.
All right, so while we have a break in the action, I just want to clarify our referee is Ron Snodgrass. Tim Owens is the umpire.
Again, the key here, if they go for it on 4th down and decide to go, you must keep contained on a quarterback that can move around.
And Bowling Green jumps.
Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
You mentioned the youth up front. That's one of your experienced guys.
You know what? If there's one guy I would have picked off that said he probably wouldn't jump on this play is Dominic Fluellen. He's starting his 45th consecutive game. Something you wouldn't expect out of a veteran leader like that. Crucial mistake.
Schmitterbush. High kick. Campbell lets it go again. And this time it takes a Buffalo bounce as it was nowhere near Campbell. So the Bulls will take over at their own 18. 26-yard punt.
Bulls got 2 minutes here in 10 seconds. They can really, you know, run their plays. They get first downs. The clock stops. They do have 1 timeout, so plenty of time here for Buffalo to put a drive together. Run pass. They came out last series, or the prior series before last, and Licata did a great job of passing the ball and getting big chunks. So distribute the ball well here, see if he can put a drive together.
Oliver in the backfield with Licata, twins to both sides. Quick release and low, looking for Fred Lee.
Well, the problem, though, when you come out passing is if you don't complete the balls, the clock's going to stop, and Bowling Green can get the ball right back. So got to make sure you get those completions, get some of that time to tick off, and try to get first downs.
To your point, the Falcons with 2 timeouts to take here. So Licata has gone cold after that touchdown drive, missing on his last 4. Trips to the right. And here is Oliver to the left, has to cut it upfield and gets across the 20, but not much after that. So that'll set up 3rd and long. And I'm a little surprised the Falcons aren't taking a timeout here to stop the clock if they get the ball back on the stop on 3rd down.
It was a great play there. But number 93, Ouellette, really starts inside with these 2 defensive tackles. Right now they got a chance here to stop him on 3rd down, get this football back.
Showing pressure up the middle with Swan. Licata over the middle, drops Newts. Normally reliable, puts that one on the rug, and Bowling Green forces the punt. Aaron Foster with good coverage. So the Falcons will get it back with plenty of time left.
Got to secure that football, Eamon, when it comes to a cold day. The ball's hard. You're playing for something big. Every single play counts, and you said it. He's a captain. He's a leader of this football team. Alex Newts has to come down with that football, keep the chains moving.
5th punt of the half for Grassman. Kicks it away from Burbrink. Burbrink has to go run it down, and now he'll get away. So good execution by the Buffalo punter. Drives the Falcons back to the 32, 48-yard punt with 1:19 left to play. So Grassman does his job. Now Bowling Green has both the timeouts and plenty of time to work with.
Well, right now defense has been a premium for both teams. Quarterbacks have not gotten in a groove. Matt Johnson, the sophomore, and Licata now. These guys haven't been able to get really what they want from the passing game. The running games are moving the ball fine, but they're not getting the big clips that get them in scoring range. So with a minute here, just over a minute left, they're going to try to put something together.
Here you see the numbers to back up what Anthony just said. So Johnson looking to throw, hit at the line. Bo Bachdell having a very active first half.
He is, and Matt Johnson now, he's not a tall guy. He's 6 foot. He's probably a little less than 6 foot, but you see the ball now when it comes out, it's a low, kind of a 3/4 throw, and that's easy for defensive linemen to get their hands up and knock it down. So that's why he gets a lot of his passes on the move. He tries to find those open spaces, a la like a Drew Brees has got to get through and see through those offensive linemen.
Over the middle, hit again. This could get picked off. No. It looked like Najee Johnson was going to come up with his 10th career interception, but Anthony, you mentioned his height. Throughout his high school career, he was told, hey, if you're 6'3", we'd offer, but at 6 foot, he only got 2 offers.
Yeah, very fortunate here. They're getting lucky. These balls are starting to get tipped up in the air. Bachdell doing a great job right now up front defensively, knocking balls up in the air. This defense is honed in, locked in. 3rd and long is where they want to be.
Bowling Green and Temple, the only scholarship offers for Matt Johnson. Now he's looking for the first 3rd down conversion of the half for Bowling Green. Hopgood to his right in the backfield. Change of direction. Now he's out of the pocket. Coming back to the ball for the catch right at the marker. Sean Joplin.
It's going to be close. Unbelievable. Wow.
As advertised, the ability to create when the pocket breaks down.
You never want to see a quarterback going backwards, but Joplin does a good job of getting his feet set at the sticks, gets the first down. Wow. Unbelievable throw and completion.
So that keeps the drive alive for the Falcons. Now Johnson creating again. He's going to run it, looking to get out of bounds, but he turns upfield first. So an 8-yard pickup.
This is the difference right now. You see Matt Johnson here. He's got nothing there. He's able to get out, protect the football, get outside the pocket. Does a good job, gets those yards, and then gets out of bounds. So stops the clock. They don't have to burn a timeout. Gets them in a good situation here at the 50-yard line.
Hopgood stays in the backfield, trips to the right. 2nd and short. They still have the 2 timeouts. Now he steps up. He has room to run if he can get to the outside, but good closing speed there by Bean.
Is his knee down there? It looked like it went down. He must not have
given him 4 yards in the first down. I thought Bean had him down.
See the replay here. Bean's pulling down on him. His ankles, yeah.
The ankle's down, the knee doesn't. It's, you know, the calf, what's the... They're going to review it.
I believe if his shin hits, that's part of the body down, so I think that's going to fall short.
Ruling on the field to remain a first down. The play is under further review.
So Bill Simons upstairs will take a look at it, but Anthony, we're starting to see on these last 3 or 4 plays what Coach Clausen was telling us about.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Bowling Green.
So I guess they figured not enough visual evidence to overturn. So Bowling Green will take it. They'll get set. And it's 1st and 10.
And he was able to get out of bounds.
So now they send out Travis Green. 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 46. So an opportunity here for Bowling Green to regain the lead and momentum before the half. Now this is Green looking to turn the corner to the left. He gets by Mack. The whole Buffalo bench looking for a hold call, and they might have sold him on it. 13-yard pickup, but there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, not too many times you see Khalil Mack get pinned in there, not able to get outside.
Holding. Offense. Number 67. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Jacob Bennett, he's a redshirt freshman. You see him kick back there. He's going to try to pin him, but right there, you cannot grab the outside of the shoulder pad, and you have that official right on the outside that sees that he's going to throw the flag all day long.
And I don't know if he needed it, but you know Mack's a veteran. He sold that one pretty well with the right arm up.
Well, he's not going to let too many plays get around him like that without a little bit of acting.
So now Hopgood in the backfield as we're back in Bowling Green territory. Here comes pressure. Johnson hit, and this time he will not get away. Blake Bean says review that this time. I think I brought him down.
And really it's what Khalil Mack did here. He shoots inside and he gets 2 offensive players trying to block him, and it frees up somebody else. And that's what head coach David Clausen was talking about. He's like, listen, you know, we got 2 or 3 guys trying to protect on Khalil Mack. It's the other guys that come open and make the play. And Bean does a great job there of getting that sack.
Anthony, you came on the air talking about how much you enjoyed watching him on tape. What has it been like in person now here throughout this first half?
You know, there's something to be said about everybody knowing you're the target, right? Everybody's coming at you, trying to block you, 1, 2, 3 guys. his motor is impressive. He's very strong at the point of attack. You know, I think about 3-4 defenses and some of the outside linebackers I played against, some of the great Willie McGinnis, Mike Vrabel. These guys controlled the line of scrimmage and really used their hands well. And when I watch him on film, you know, he's just active. And, you know, his ability to multitask as a tackler, he can strip and make the tackle. A lot of great things in his repertoire.
So now how aggressive is Coach Clausen now back in his own territory, 2nd and long, 27 seconds left. Still throwing. Johnson steps up. And his receiver falls down. Burbrink loses his footing, so that'll set up 3rd and 19. 21 seconds left.
Good job by the offensive lineman. They gave him time. Matt Johnson steps up. Ryan Burbrink stumbles coming out of that in route, deep in route. So 3rd and 19 now. Tough play to call if you're an offensive coordinator. Although with 21 seconds, Amy, you don't want to be taking too much of a chance here. You know, this defense excels on 3rd down. A lot of turnovers this year have been created on this down for Buffalo's defense.
Green in the backfield with Johnson. And they'll give it to him on the draw. Cuts it upfield, and he gets hit hard. Brandon Crawford, 3-yard gain. And Buffalo takes a timeout with 14 seconds left. And about to get the ball back.
Yeah, nice tackle by Crawford. And again, you see Mack on that play just handling the outside there when they come back.
So again, a trip to Detroit and the Marathon MAC Championship on the line here in Buffalo. The winner goes to Michigan to take on Jordan Lynch and the Northern Illinois Huskies. Both clubs identical records. So even here. That MAC Championship game being played Friday, December 6th at Ford Field in Detroit.
Ironically, both of their losses were against Toledo this year, who plays in the other side of the conference.
Buffalo opening up with losses to Ohio State and Baylor. So now Campbell standing on the 15. Will he get an opportunity? Driven back, fair catch signal made early, so Buffalo will take over on the 11 with 10 seconds left. No timeouts for Coach Quinn. Just take a knee and let's go warm up, fellas.
You're right, I think so. You talked about them starting the year out, Ohio State and Baylor. Wow, I mean, that's how you start a season out. And, you know, they hung pretty tight against Ohio State. Obviously, Baylor, tough to get ready for them for a week. That's when they were kind of getting on their roll. But, you know, you talk about battle testing your crew early. Definitely loading up the schedule with those two teams.
So Licata takes a knee, and that'll do it for the first half. So cold temperatures, and the offense is pretty cold as well.
Hey,
defense is carrying the play.
Defenses win championships. At the old adage, can you run the football and play good defense? That's what it's been so far in this first half.
Licata engineering that 66-yard drive. The big play to Campbell on 3rd and short for 30 yards. Made it 1st and goal from the 5. Oliver did the rest, and that's the difference right now. As the Bulls go into their home away from home locker room up by 4. Let's send it down to Brooke, who's standing by with Coach Quinn.
Thank you. Well, Coach, your last game against Miami, you had 28 points at this point. Where does the momentum start for you in the second half?
Well, it always starts within ourselves, and I thought in the first half we just missed some key opportunities. Certainly our defense has kept us in this ball game. We came up big with a touchdown, but we got to come out and make good on the opportunities that we're blessed with out there, and that's our receivers catching the ball.
Your defense holding Bowling Green to 3 points, but Travis Green with 98 rushing yards here in the first half. How do you neutralize the run game?
You know, it's all about tackling. It's all about fundamentals and contain, and that's where he was able to get, some seams out there. He's a very dangerous runner, so we got to do a better job containing, be more sound fundamental in our tackling, and continue pursuing the ball. And that's what these guys will continue doing for us tonight.
Coach, thank you.
Coach Quinn, 30 minutes of football away from bringing this program back to Detroit. That's the end of the first half. Let's get you to the studio for the SportsCenter U halftime report with Dari Noka and Jason Sehorn.
All right, Eamon, thank you very much. So a 7-3 lead for the home team there. Dari Noka, Jason Sehorn with you. First college game played at the home of the Buffalo Bills since 1979. I go a couple years past that. We've really been watching the same sort of offensive firepower as Jim Kelly and Dan Marino.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Very, very similar.
Air game, air raid.
9 of 28 are these two quarterbacks, okay? I'm saying at halftime the adjustment to be made is run the football. Right now, Bowling Green's got a running back. Travis Green's got 100 yards rushing. Feed Travis Green the ball if you want to win this football game, because throwing it is not going to get it done in those conditions.
That's difficult, right?
And it is not Marino and Kelly.
No, it is not Marino and Kelly by any stretch. All right, there is football aplenty on this Thanksgiving Friday. Arkansas and LSU underway. Zach Mettenberger, senior day for the Tiger. On the ball, look at the Razorbacks, 7-7 game. Iowa and Nebraska, they call it Farmageddon. It's in Lincoln. Most would suspect there's pressure on Bo Pelini. Do not lose to Iowa today. Ron Kellogg, the third, picked off by James Morris. Second interception of the quarter for Kellogg. Then Hawkeye drive, 3rd and goal. Jake Rudock, 10 yards to C.J. Fedorowicz. Bo Pelini at halftime not pleased with Quint Kesnick.
Coach, what was your reaction to the 2 early interceptions?
Well, what do you think? What kind of question is that?
How did Ron respond on that last drive?
He was fine. He'll be all right. He's a strong kid.
Yeah, when the seat's warm, you want to make friends with the media.
Not the time to be antagonistic. Go ahead, just answer the question.
Answer the question. Rudock to Fedorowicz, pass interference on the Huskers. He says, I lost my hat. No, he said it was uncatchable. Now still got the hat. Gonna have to fix the strap in the back, though. He's got a temper.
It's an unhappy man.
Yeah, he got unsportsmanlike, too. You don't see that all the time, though. Officials have had enough. And then Rudock to Cavante Martin Manley, 24-10. And then moments ago, 4th and 3. Kellogg to Quincy Enunwa, but then Iowa just scored again. How about it?
It's a barn burner.
You cannot lose this game to Iowa at home. You cannot.
And they are.
But they might, yeah. How about Neil Burcham getting his first career start for SMU as he takes on Houston? They need a win to become bowl eligible. Neil Burcham, well, picked off by Adrian McDonald.
You run this pass-happy offense, this is not the time to get your first start the last game of the season.
Well, no, then he got sacked and fumbled. SMU did recover, but had to punt. And then Burcham.
Stays with the play, though.
Yeah? Oh,
unfortunately.
Yeah, the safety just kind of came out of nowhere, didn't he? Zach McMillan there.
Who put him there? Wow, trouble with the snap.
Yeah, Burcham can't handle the snap. Eric Island takes it down to the 1. No, he was that close to a touchdown. Houston did end up scoring. And now we're going to go Ryan Jackson for the Cougars. Little offense.
Is it Reliant Stadium, right?
Yes.
All right. Just wonder if the Texans are watching.
Right. That's what we said earlier, right? The Houston team's going to win at Reliant. How about that? Irony. Iron Bowl, we get you set for it. It's a huge winner gets the SEC West. Winner thinking BCS championship game, perhaps?
Ooh, just looks cold.
Yeah, doesn't it, though? Brandon Oliver heads towards the snow in the corner. 7-zip. UB.
He was running to the sun.
It is the Iron Bowl tomorrow on the Plains there, Jordan-Hare Stadium at Auburn. Take a look at the rankings here. Auburn can score. They love to run the football, but Alabama very good against the run. There are several battles individually in this game that will be interesting.
The battles to watch, rushing and yards per rush. Those two at the bottom, 2 and 4, 4 and 7, that's where this game will be won or lost.
How about a little all access with Auburn presented by Wells Fargo?
Help people understand that haven't been down here to Alabama. Roll Tide, War Eagle. What is the Iron Bowl?
The Iron Bowl's the best rivalry in college football. And
really?
Yeah, until you're in the middle of it, you really don't understand it. But the fact that I've been here before, that definitely helps. You know, the fans talk about it 365 days a year.
All right, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Hey, get ready. Let's go. Let's go offense. Ball security's on our mind. Squeeze that ball. 18 periods. Lock in. Let's flat get after it, and let's get better today.
When we say all access here at Auburn, we mean it. We're at the College of Veterinary Medicine, connected with Auburn University, with Marianne Hudson and Andrew Hopkins. But the star of the show, Marianne, is Nova, who plays a crucial role at all Auburn home games. What does Nova do?
That's right. Nova is one of 2 Eagles that circles the stadium before kickoff. Nova is War Eagle 7. So he is the 7th Golden Eagle that has represented our university, and he soars above the crowd before kickoff and gets everybody excited about our games.
Here in the weight room at Auburn, where Ryan Russell, the strength and conditioning coach, ordered this massive bell. Why and when is it rung? Each time a player lifts weight and achieves a personal best, the entire team is notified of the effort that's gone into it in a simple and resounding way.
Dinner.
I'm still confused about the Eagle, that's all.
The Eagle?
That's not their mascot. I get War Eagle.
War Eagle. You don't mess with War Eagle.
Tigers, Eagle. I mean,
you don't mess with War Eagle tradition.
I know cats don't like birds.
Well,
do the mascots get together?
What about this game when they get together here? Do you think that Alabama will sufficiently be able to stop that run game and then impose its own will offensively in this?
I think they will be able to impose their will offensively. That's going to be the difference in this football game. Is Alabama's offense is really a lot better than people are giving them credit, because the defense takes so much of the notoriety and so much of the attention. They've got, you know, studs, and you look statistically, they're just #1 across the board. But I think Auburn's chance has to be to continuously go back at that defense for 4 straight quarters. We know they're not going to light it up through the air. So they've got to stick with their game plan, pound that defense, and hopefully in the 3rd and 4th quarter, if the game's close, they have a shot. But if they're going to rely on any semblance of a pass game, they're in trouble.
True.
Because they can't throw it.
They don't have it.
The Hail Mary is not going to happen again.
No, it's not. How about some other big games on this weekend? On Saturday, Clemson and South Carolina. Clemson thinks, look, they win, they're going to the Orange Bowl, and that's very likely. How about A&M and Missouri? If Missouri wins, they win the SEC East. If they lose, South Carolina wins the East.
How about that? You're just playing another game, just waiting. Your conference is done. Your conference schedule. Johnny Manziel, can he bring back some magic?
And then your rivalry, of course, you were a part of this for a couple of years. UCLA, USC, the Trojans and the team coming in that's very hot. Nobody really saw that when it was around old Lane Kiffin time. But they are, wow. All right, best part of that rivalry that maybe the average person like me wouldn't know.
The 2 things that you have to think about when you think of rivalries is there's close proximity in the schools. Well, for USC and UCLA, they're 12 miles apart. Now, when you think about Los Angeles, there's also no pro teams there. So USC and UCLA are it when it comes to football. You win that game, you have bragging rights. You get to walk around that town. It's a big town to walk around having known you won. It's also think about recruiting, okay? The kids that are on the fringe that can't decide, maybe that sways them one way or the other. But it's just one of those things when you wear your, cardinal and gold around, it's just, it means a little bit more than when you lose.
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt. They're trying to right that ship again.
Ogeron's on the right track.
I think he is. How about this rivalry?
It's the wrong track.
Is it? Not for Florida State, it's not. Florida State and Florida at the Swamp. You're right, Gators are going the wrong way in a hurry. They're 4-7, coming off a home loss to Georgia Southern, which followed a home loss to Vanderbilt. And a lot of people wonder about Will Muschamp. And Jeremy Foley, the AD, has said he's 1,000% behind him. There doesn't seem to be any issue with his job security, but how do you save things right now if you're Florida, with or without Will Muschamp?
You don't. This season is gone, lost, forgotten, forget it, move on, start preparing for next year. Florida State scored 40 plus in every single game. I don't see Florida slowing them down. Jameis Winston's playing like there's nothing on his plate. He's phenomenal. He should be the Heisman Trophy winner based on the statistics he's put forth. This Florida team is done. Let's not worry about this anymore. Will Muschamp will be back next year. Now, what are they going to do to change this? Because what they have to do to change it is offensively, not defensively. I think he's cut his teeth. He's a defensive coordinator. When he was with Saban, when he was at Texas, we know he understands that. Offensively, they have to find some semblance of an offense.
Could you imagine if they won?
I mean, it's a rivalry game. Stranger things have happened, but no, I could not.
No, stranger things have happened is used a lot. Sometimes it
happens.
I don't know if stranger things have happened.
Then that probably. I'm not holding my breath.
No, I wouldn't. Khalil Mack, big stop, NFL future. Mack title game is closer, perhaps. Buffalo leads 7-3. It's kind of cool. This is the first Big Ten hockey game ever. New hockey conference started this year. Wisconsin and Minnesota. You get it on ESPNU today.
They haven't had hockey in the Big Ten?
No, they've had hockey. The schools have had hockey, but they've been in different conferences.
That makes no sense.
CCHA.
I'm glad they got that figured out.
WCHA, yes.
Thank goodness.
Speaking of Big Ten, Michigan State's a good team in the Big Ten. Number one overall. Keith Appling suspended did not start this game.
Making his presence known, though.
Yes. Travis Trice did start this game. He knocks in the 3. And then you're going to see Denzel Valentine with the dunk. Michigan State, no problem. Appling, Adrian Payne, Brandon Dawson did not start this game, though. Punishment from Tom Izzo. Classroom attendance issues. Oklahoma State and Butler, Old Spice Classic, semifinal. That's Marcus Smart, who's averaging 23 a game. You like him. I like him.
It's good to see him back for another year.
Yes. Look at that move inside. Marcus Smart, 17 points in this game to this point. Watch the steal, and then he's going to go behind the back. See, Brian Williams.
Vision.
Yep.
Elevation.
Foul. Bucket.
And 1.
Williams, 8 points. Cowboys shooting 51% of the game. Here's Markel Brown.
I see it.
Smart! Whoa!
Just get it close.
But it's a 3-point game over on ESPN.
Saw that.
Just a 3-point game.
coming back.
That's right. Buffalo, Wings.
I get it. Segway.
Yeah, those are warm. Nothing else out there.
Nothing else is.
Dari Noka, Jason Sehort. Let's update on the winless in-conference play Razorbacks. Take you around the MAC. Ball State leading. Akron also leading. Scores disappeared. Bobcats, Ohio University winning. And the Chippewas. That's our Christmas.
Blinking.
Blinking. Yeah, it's our Christmas. It's our
alert.
holiday.
Alert. Score alert.
All right. Buffalo up 7-3. Don't do that anymore. Second half, straight ahead. MAC East title on the line.
Welcome back to Buffalo. One of these teams is 30 minutes away from Detroit and the Marathon MAC Championship game. Buffalo leading Bowling Green 7-3. We are ready for the start of the second half. The Bulls will kick it off to the Falcons. Boo Boo Gates for Bowling Green awaits the kick.
Sorry.
And this is returnable. Gates up near the 10. Looking to get outside, and he does. Across the 30 and across the 35. Eamon McEnany along with Anthony Beck. Brooke Weisbrod down on the field. So, Anthony, if you're Bowling Green here, first drive of the second half, you have a 100-yard rusher, but you don't have a touchdown. How do you punch it in?
Well, I think two things. They have 25 rushes right now. You stick with the run, and they got to find some plays on the passing game to get Matt Johnson into a groove. You know, they're going deep, they're taking chances, but they're not letting him get his groove. And a young quarterback, you got to get him going and in a flow to be successful in this game. All
right, so Travis Green already with 105 yards on the game. Johnson out of the gun. On 1st and 10 from the Bowling Green 37. Quick release, long out. Catch made by Joplin. He works ahead for the first down. Gets near midfield. Let's check in with Brooke down on the field.
Exactly right, Anthony. From talking with Coach, he said we've got to make more plays on the perimeter. They're pressing us, so we got to hold our blocks, but they are looking to go long 3 or 4 times here in the second half.
All right, Brooke, thanks. Now Bowling Green with a 1st and 10, basically right at midfield.
It's a great quick pass to start out with. Get Matt Johnson in a groove. It'll open up that long passing game if you can get him going.
Johnson with time. That's knocked down again. That was a problem at the end of the first half. And there, number 29, Adam Redden, once again, making his presence felt.
He is. I mean, he's been a big difference maker in this game early, and we talked about him early in the first half. Great job reading the quarterback's eyes. They had a receiver on the outside. Again, the ball is low. You've seen a couple tip balls early. Now you see Redden able to jump up and almost bounce that one off. So Matt Johnson's got to get a little more air on his football when he throws the ball.
Redden missing the last 3 games. They were hoping to get 30 plays out of him here this afternoon. Had a TFL in the first half, and they're a pass breakup. They go back to Green. He's hit right away at the 50. No gain. Khalil Mack with another play.
Mack is so fast. He sees that Travis Green shift back to the backfield, and you see left tackle just jumps and leans out, and he understands that body lean by the tackle, gets underneath, makes a great play behind the line of scrimmage.
Khalil Mack now with 8 tackles. So they send out Hopgood in the backfield on 3rd and 10.
They got man-to-man across the board. They're forcing a receiver to make a play.
Pressure up the middle. Johnson gets rid of it. Lester in coverage, but Joplin makes the grab with the flag.
Yeah, Lester had his hands all over Joplin. Joplin, a big receiver, makes the catch anyway, but it looks like it's going to be defense interference.
So as Brooke told us, they were still going to look for the deep ball.
You know, you trust the 6'2 receiver Joplin. You see here Lester's out of position. He's just trying to grab and stay on it. Joplin keeps his eye on it. Makes a great catch anyway. But that's a big spurt, the big play we're talking about. They finally get something down the field.
27-yard gain. They said the penalty. They announced it on Najee Johnson. He was nowhere near the ball. Must have had a mix-up. Clearly, it looked like it was Lester who was too active, but it didn't bother Joplin from making the catch. So now our referees huddle. And our referee here this afternoon, Ron Snodgrass. We're moving it up to the Buffalo 19. So Bowling Green enters the red zone now. Again, coming in, scoring 45 or more in their last 3 wins in November. Still looking to get in the end zone for the first time this afternoon against Khalil Mack and this Buffalo defense. Dangerous pass, and this time it does get picked off. Tipped at the line once again.
Watch Khalil Mack on this play. The guy is everywhere, folks. You don't have to talk him up in this football game. He's making plays all over the field. He reads the tight end go out. Look at him read the eyes of the quarterback, tip the ball up.
Skinner gets the interception.
And a defensive lineman is in the right place. I'm sorry. You're right, Skinner. The linebacker makes a great play on the football, turnovers. That's what Buffalo's done a great job with on defense all year long. This is the momentum change they're looking for.
So Oliver back out there, and you're right, Mack broke that play up, but Moore still had a chance. It went off his fingers and gives Skinner the opportunity for the pick.
Just got great instincts.
So now Licata gets hit and goes down hard. Brian Thomas with the sack, second this afternoon for Bowling Green. Thomas is playing well here today.
He is. You know, he's 257, but he's got great speed. Good job there. He goes right for the football, brings the quarterback down hard. That's what Bowling Green does. You know, when they're in tight predicaments, their offense gives the ball up. They got to come right back on defense. They know they carry this team, and they got to do it on this series here.
So it's a loss of 2, 2nd and 12. What Licata steps up in the pocket, fires it out for the first down to Newts. Gain of 12. Newts beats Foster in the coverage.
It's a good job by Newts there. They got to catch the ball in the second half, Eamon. They had about 3 or 4 drops. They can't have drops. You know, Coach Quinn talked about it. They got to go out there and make those plays. This is the biggest game of the team on both sides of the ball for this team. They got to go out there and convert.
Licata throws it back to Newts. Marked down at the 36, pick up a 5.
And when you have 2 young quarterbacks like Licata here for Buffalo, you got to get them in a groove. You know, make them feel confident. You get the short passing game going, you get some long ones, and then you can take those shots. Bowling Green took advantage of it when they were on offense with their young QB. Now they're looking to get on a groove here for Buffalo on their turn.
Bowling Green bringing pressure up the middle. Oliver runs right into it. Runs right into Brian Thomas. So a gain of 1 will set up 3rd and 4 now as Buffalo looks to keep the drive going.
Yeah, listen, you know, you want to be in these short circumstances here. Licata does a good job at distributing the ball to the open receiver. You know, we got tight ends, wide receivers in the mix here. Brandon Oliver now, he's a guy who had 13 touches in the first half, only 40 yards. Looks like they're going to have to get this first down with his arm. Low in the box here.
Swan ready to come up the middle. Here he comes. Picked up momentarily, but now he goes down. Ted Ouellette breaking through for the 3rd sack of the day for Bowling Green.
Well, the problem is when they bring those linebackers in the gaps and they bring them up tight, the offensive linemen have to make a choice. If you start coming off, Ouellette just takes that seam, gets right underneath, and makes a big play. Defensive coordinator Mike Elko, look, he said it starts on our defensive tackle position. Right now they're showing up.
Burbrink on the 45. Low kick. They might have gotten a piece of that, but it takes another Buffalo bounce. Not pretty at all, but they like their results. So Bowling Green gets the ball back for the 2nd time this half, down by 4. We're back to Buffalo after this. We are back at Ralph Wilson Stadium, and a reminder that ESPNU has a college football ACC-SEC doubleheader tomorrow at 3:30. The Hokies face off against in-state rival Virginia. Then at 7, the Volunteers head to Kentucky to take on the Wildcats. Virginia Tech against Virginia, followed by Tennessee, Kentucky. ESPNU's college football tomorrow, 3:30 and 7 on ESPNU. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. The Hokies have had their way with the Cavaliers lately. Virginia looking for its first win since 2003. One of these teams looking for a trip to Detroit. date with Northern Illinois in the Marathon MAC championship game. Bowling Green out for its second offensive possession of the half. They took away that pass to the flat. Najah Johnson, Okoye Houston reading it. So Adam Redden with the tackle, pick up a 1. But he wanted to throw that ball.
He did. Made a good play there. Just holding on to the football. And right now, for Matt Johnson, that release that we've talked about, all different angles he's been throwing the football. They've been getting a hand on the ball. It's been bouncing off helmets. It's become a factor now, his size in the pocket.
Matt coming off the edge, he gets rid of it, but it's short. So that'll set up 3rd and long. And I want to be careful with my comparison here. I'm not saying he's Lawrence Taylor, but you always heard Ron Jaworski talk about it. As soon as he came out of the huddle, he was looking for 56. Is he looking for Khalil Mack?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think he took the ball again on that play there. He's all over the field. You see here on the opposite side, but I think that ball got tipped. But listen, he's a premier pass rusher, and his ability to make plays even when he's not on the side of the football is just extraordinary. Puts a lot of pressure on the offensive line.
4 receivers stacked left, bottom of your screen. Burbrink by himself, top right. Johnson with time. All day, looking deep into double coverage. Great grab. Alex Baer down to the Buffalo 20.
Gotta love the big tight end here. Look like they're gonna throw the wide receiver screen. He gets down the chute, and he's got to go up and make a catch. Right over the defensive back Bell. He goes up and catches the ball. Does a great job, rumbling, stumbling. The 5th-year senior. Huge change of field there by this Bowling Green offense.
49 yards down to the Buffalo 21. This is Green, hit right away. Is that Redden again? It was Adam Redden.
Redden's done a good job. Like you said, he's missed the last few games. You got to be impressed. They have a lot of hybrid players. You look at Redden, you look like guys like Bean. These guys can move around, play different positions. Do an excellent job for this defense. And right now it's been a defensive battle.
Lost to 2, 2nd and 12 now from the 23. Buffalo bringing pressure up the middle. They get through. And he throws it away. Looked like Mack was held again on that one.
That was close. Sometimes your last ditch effort is to hold him. You see him here. Comes off the edge. Try to chip him. If you're a tight end, I would try to chip him before I release. That's why you're there off the football. Alex Baer doesn't do that. Leaves his tackle hanging out to dry and gives him a free run to the quarterback. Matt Johnson had to throw the ball.
So now the sophomore out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania needs to pick up 12 on 3rd down. Empty backfield. Mack coming from the right this time. They get rid of it. Open man in the end zone. Touchdown, Bowling Green. Sean Joplin. With 3 yards.
Great play. Sean Joplin might have got hurt there. Look at this. Goes up to the highest point. Controls the football. I don't know now. It's going to be close.
You heard the phone ringing. Well, Bill Simon's upstairs. It's a scoring play. When does he have control and when is he out of bounds? Well, the knee's out there, but you don't see the control from that angle.
Exactly. They called it a touchdown on the field. So here the ball's in his hands. He's bobbling it. Man, that's going to be close.
That's going to be tough. Tamaris Bell in coverage. Now, again, if you're a Bowling Green fan, the key thing here is the ruling on the field was touchdown.
Exactly.
Does he have control when he gets both hands on it coming down before the knee hits the white turf out of bounds? So that was quick. They confirmed the call. And the extra point is good. So Bowling Green back on top. The 23-yard touchdown pass. Johnson to Joplin. The Falcons back on top.
ESPNU College Football, brought to you by Lee, introducing the new Lee Modern Series for men.
Back here in Buffalo, Sean Joplin with the grab on the 23-yard touchdown. We thought it was a quick decision by the replay booth, but Anthony, maybe the right decision.
Yeah, you know, he does bobble the ball initially, but he holds it against his chest there. You'll see here, you watch, he gets it, he bobbles it initially, but he pulls it in, and right there, his right foot's in at his knee. You can't really tell if his knee's on the ground out of bounds or not, so.
But you think in your eyes there was possession there?
I think so. You know, he has that ball in his hands, and he shows he has it against his body, and when he gets off the ground, he's secured the football, so it's a completed catch, and you can't tell if that knee hits out of bounds, so the play's going to stand as called. It's a touchdown. Great catch. Way to go up and get it. Great concentration. And, of course, getting that foot in bounds.
Third of the season for Joplin. So now Farinella on. Campbell back again. Low liner for Campbell, and he'll let it go out of bounds. So the Bulls will get good field position here.
Kickoff out of bounds. PBT. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down. Correction. Buffalo's chosen a 5-yard penalty and re-kick.
Wow.
Oh, so we'll do it again.
Well, you know, Devin Campbell, he's a dangerous return man. Coach rolling the dice here, get some extra room, maybe he can make a play. So they would have had it at the 35, and let's see if they can make up that difference. 35's not a bad starting point, though, especially in a game like this.
So Farinella will tee it up at the 30. No more sun on the field at all. There's some left for some of the spectators, but very few.
Our side of the field, nobody got sun today, so they're sitting in snow for crying out loud, some of these chairs.
So let's see how the decision pays off for the Bulls. Short kick, Campbell waits for it at the 15. Across the 30 to the 35. And they pick up an extra 4 or 5 yards. 26-yard return by Campbell.
Well, Jeff Quinn, head coach of Buffalo, is obviously smarter than me. He got those extra yards. An even better field position now for Buffalo's offense, who needs to get going. All right, now you got to answer the call. Second half, we're halfway through this quarter. The stakes are risen now.
How do you get Brandon Oliver going? He is your go-to guy, just 36 yards on 14 carries.
It is. Well, the guys up front got to win the line of scrimmage. This Bowling Green defense has done an excellent job all year, but you got to answer the bell up front with these offensive line.
Oliver in the pistol. Here comes pressure from Bowling Green. They run away from it, but he is met right away by Swan. Also one on the play, 2nd and 11.
And I just talked about the offensive line. It's got to get pushed, but look at the defensive line. When offensive linemen are going back, you're not winning the battle. And you see Swan right there, wide open to make that tackle behind the line of scrimmage. The offensive linemen for Buffalo have to help out Brandon Oliver.
Senior out of Miami having a tough day here in his final home game. Now the play fake. Licata with time. Sends it out to Dennison. Tripped up there in the open field for a 6-yard gain.
Licata missed the tight end there in the middle of the field. He had him wide open in the seam, kind of threw his hands up. Number 85, Shrek there, so an opportunity. You see right here, watch the middle of the field. You see the tight end wide open there. Young QB's got to see that, gets behind the linebacker, be able to shoot it in there. Decides to check it down, gets short yardage.
So that sets up 3rd and 5. This is Campbell in motion. Pressure gets picked up, low throw, incomplete. Looking for Campbell. And Buffalo forced to punt.
Number 3, Brian Sutton, who's filling in for number 11, Gabe Martin, their best defensive player, who tore his ACL against Toledo, stepped up and did a good job, applied the pressure there to Licata.
7th punt of the afternoon for Grassman. Last one was almost blocked. That rugby-style kick went low. No pressure on this one. And he kicks it away from Burbrink. So in another effective bounce.
Yeah, man. He's running right, and it goes left, the ball. It's unbelievable. This kid's had a nice day.
And the wind does the rest, downing it at the 6, a 47-yard punt. BCS eligibility and city supremacy are at stake tomorrow night on ESPN and ABC. At 7:45 on ESPN, James Franklin and the number 5 Tigers can clinch the SEC East with a win against Heisman Trophy winner and candidate once again Johnny Manziel and the 21st ranked Aggies. And at 8 on ABC, crosstown rivals battle for the victory bell as Brett Hundley and the number 22 UCLA Bruins battle Marquise Lee and number 23 USC. Part of the rivalry series presented by GoPro. The fun begins tomorrow night with A&M against Missouri at 7:45, and then the Bruins against the Trojans at 8 on ABC. And Johnny Manziel, pressure's part of his life, right? But he's going to be running around again tomorrow night.
Yeah, look at this lineup here. Michael Sam has really stood out this year, been a dominant defensive end for Missouri, and of course Jadeveon Clowney.
So Bowling Green with the lead and the ball on the road. And whistles before the play.
Start.
So that'll back them up.
Ball start. Offense. Number 53. After this is going to go. Remain first down.
3rd false start of the ball game for Coach Clausen's troops.
Buffalo's got to take advantage of this field position now. Stop them here on this series. They've been so good at forcing turnovers throughout the year. This would be an optimal time to step up and get one.
On the last drive, Johnson able to complete a couple of big plays for the touchdown. The big pass to Bear and then the touchdown to Joplin. But now in his own end zone, he goes to Green. Keeps it himself and gets outside. He has a ton of real estate to work with. He's across the 40, across midfield. Finally forced out of bounds by Derek Prim. A huge play call by the Falcons.
Bowling Green's been setting this up all day long. They bring Travis Green in the back. You see here, it's a nice slide option. and they haven't ran the quarterback yet. And look, they set that play up perfectly. And Matt Johnson, we know he can run, takes that ball all the way across, and really it's a huge play, and it changes field position on that 56-yard scamper.
And he got a key block on the outside from the wide receiver after everybody bit on the inside handoff.
Great job, great play call, and a good job by the quarterback of seeing that, reading it, and pulling out.
1st and 10 now from the Buffalo 40, trips to the left. And this time they give it to Green. Met right away, but spins forward for a pickup of about 2. Dalton Barksdale, first man to hit him.
Really changes field position, Eamon, in this game. Buffalo had a big opportunity there to hold him. But again, I'm impressed by this young man now, making some big plays here in the second half. Just a sophomore.
Draw to Green, looking to the right, turns the corner, tripped up after getting inside the 35. Pick up a 4. So now that'll make it 3rd and 3. Keziolose with the tackle. Are you in 4-down territory here if you're Coach Clawson?
Well, you know, you have the lead, you're up by 3. Your defense is playing phenomenal right now. Buffalo's offense really hasn't done anything in this game, so you know, like I said, it makes it a lot easier on your decision process and taking those chances.
Green tripped up. Adam Redden once again.
Welcome back, Adam Redden. I'll tell you what, he's been a force today on defense. That was a huge stop on 3rd and 3 right here. They're bringing everybody. Redden comes off the outside. Not enough guys to block him. Here comes 4th down. They're talking about it. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. It's a big play here for Buffalo's defense.
Sends out Tyler Beck to be the H-back. Green in there with Johnson. A huge play. 4th and 4 here. Johnson with time all day. Now he steps up in the pocket. Buys himself time and finds Beck for the 1st down.
Wow.
A 12-yard pickup. Again, it's the plays where he has to create.
Buffalo's 4th in the nation in sacks. And you see being able to read, stay in there hanging, and then extend the play on offense. He does it so well. And when you extend the play, your receivers and tight ends come back to the football. Beck does a good job of catching the ball at the sticks, making a defender miss, and getting those extra yards. Huge conversion on 4th down.
1st and 10 now from the Buffalo 22. Over the middle. Complete. That's Burbrink going down to get it for an 8-yard pickup.
Matt Johnson starting to get some confidence. You start seeing him now. He's starting to lead this team down the field, building every single series. He's feeling good throwing the ball, running the ball. Who's going to get hot here? You're getting down now towards the end of the quarter. Buffalo's got to withstand here on defense, hold them to at least a field goal.
Empty backfield, but Green is out there. Twins to the right. And now here comes Green to the backfield. And he has it. Looking to turn the corner to the left, and he does. At the 10, the 5, touchdown Bowling Green.
Again, they have that read option play again. They bring Travis Green in motion. And really, they would have scored on either way, Eamon. If they would have held the ball at the quarterback position or there, gave it to Travis Green, they had a touchdown on either side. Good job. And listen, when your quarterback pulls the ball out on a few plays before, keeps that defense back on their heels, and now they're not sure. And then Travis Green gets his chance and scores the touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and Matt Johnson has come alive here in the second half as the Falcons go 93 yards in 7 plays and play tack on. They now lead by 10 and have their eyes set on Detroit. Welcome back to Buffalo. Travis Green has just scored his 10th touchdown of the season as the Falcons now have a 10-point lead and moving closer and closer to Detroit in a showdown with Jordan Lynch and Northern Illinois as the winner of this game wins the MAC East Division. Bowling Green and Buffalo coming in with identical records overall and in conference play. So a de facto semifinal playoff game here. Not win or go home because both teams with the 8 wins bowl eligible. But they certainly want to tack on another MAC game and get a chance to play on national TV and win the MAC championship against Jordan Lynch.
Well, you know, right now you talk about big games, 2 good defenses, who can run the football. Bowling Green now 203 yards rushing to Buffalo's 18. We wouldn't have thought that coming into this game with Brandon Oliver and the Buffalo offense.
Line drive kick, Campbell from the 1. Hit at the 20 and he's dropped there. Good coverage by Ronnie Moore. 20-yard return. So now Licata and Brandon Oliver and the Bulls look to get something going as we take a look at yards by quarter, and Bowling Green dominating the action right now.
There's no question about it. Those big running plays on that last series. Travis Green's done an excellent job. He's got 121 yards on the day. But now Buffalo's offense, they're going to have to get a little more aggressive here, a little more in the passing game. Licata's going to have to go make some plays at the quarterback position. They're going to have to come out with some offensive drives here to get back in this football game.
That's Weiser in motion. Bowling Green showing pressure off the edge. Oliver running to the left. Near face mask there, no flag as he moves out across the 25. 7-yard gain. I thought Buffalo moved a little early, but they let the play continue.
Talked about Brandon Oliver. 41 yards on the day on 16 carries. He's been the guy they've leaned on throughout this season. Just can't get it going in the running game.
To the left this time, bottled up and hit right away. Brian Sutton Covering a lot of territory to run him down.
You know what, Eamon? It's very simple. It's about winning at the line of scrimmage. Right now, Bowling Green's defensive line is winning the battles up front in the trenches, and that's been the difference today. And these offensive linemen for Buffalo now, they got to come off the ball and start pushing these defenders back, because you're putting the defense of Bowling Green in a great position now in 3rd and 6 here to make a big play, even bring pressure.
Number 3 forces the loss of 3. And now there is movement. And it's going to go against Buffalo.
Ball start. Offense. Number 50. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
So Buffalo going the wrong way if you're a Bulls fan. Goes from 2nd and manageable all the way back to 3rd and 11.
Yeah, it's exactly what Bowling Green's defense wants to get you in these long situations. They found ways to convert on long 3rd downs. Licata's got to step up and make a big play here to one of his wide receivers.
Buffalo just 22 yards on 21 carries now. Not the recipe for success in a championship game. Licata steps up, hit as he throws. Looking for Newts. And he gets popped. Jerry Boo Boo Gates, no flag. They're talking it over.
See Gates here coming over like a heat-seeking missile. Leads with his hands into his chest. Their bodies do come together and the helmets touch, but to me, he wasn't leading with his head there. See here, it's be a tough angle to see. When Newts goes up in the air, it looks like he comes into his chest on that one. Of course, Licata thinks differently on that.
8th punt of the ball game. Grassman kicks a conventional style this time, driving Burbrink back to the Bowling Green 35, a 46-yard punt. So Coach Clausen's offense in a rhythm right now. What does Lou Tepper do to counter that?
We talked about forced fumbles. Be nice if Khalil Mack maybe gets one. They're going to run the ball now. Travis Green and Matt Johnson have meshed up well, and that's been the difference in this second half. Lou Tepper's really going to have his guys play discipline against this running game, because now that 2-option play with the quarterback and running back has posed problems for them right now.
Travis Green having a whale of a ball game now. Again, this time last year, he was about a 5th or 6th wide receiver on the depth chart. When it's all said and done, he might have the school record for most yards in a season. He's 30 away from that now. Going to add to that total, but he is met behind the line of scrimmage by Barksdale for no gain. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. A quarter dominated from the visitors by Bowling Green. Dave Clausen's troops, 15 minutes of regulation away from Detroit and the Marathon MAC title game. They are up by 10 with the ball. When we return to Buffalo for the MAC East Division Championship game, Bowling Green looking to put it away. The Bowling Green fans who have made the trip from Ohio were well prepared, and now they are 15 minutes away from seeing their team finish off a perfect November. More importantly, the Falcons are 15 minutes away from practicing for Jordan Lynch and Northern Illinois. Eamon McEnany along with Anthony Becht. And Anthony, a huge series here for the Buffalo defense.
It really is. Buffalo has to get this Bowling Green offense off the field. Right now they're running the ball left, right. They're really making big plays. Big opportunity here to make a stop and try to get the ball back for Buffalo's offense, who really hasn't done much so far in the second half.
So it'll be 2nd and 11, first play of the fourth quarter from the Bowling Green 33. Johnson looking to throw with time. Now the pocket breaks down and Johnson runs ahead for a short pickup. Sicoli in on the tackle. Gain of 3.
Great protection by this Bowling Green offensive line. That's how they're giving Matt Johnson a lot of time. Credit the defense on Buffalo of covering those wide receivers right there. 3rd and long. Okay, this is a dangerous zone for Bowling Green's offense against Buffalo. They've done an excellent job all year, not only defending 3rd down, but getting those big turnovers. So Buffalo's got to try to get off the field here and answer.
See Khalil Mack lined up there, top of your screen at the right. On 3rd and 9. Good pocket for Johnson over the middle. Caught by Joplin. Looks short.
Dropped it.
It dropped it. Incomplete. My bad. Courtney Lester with good coverage.
Well, Buffalo's defense answers the call here. Start the fourth quarter. This is for all the marbles now. This is the money quarter right here. Fourth quarter, Buffalo's going to get the ball back. They got to find a way to put a drive together and answer the call against Bowling Green.
Schmitterbush on the punt. Campbell standing on the Buffalo 25. Early fair catch signal made by Campbell at the 26-yard line, which is where Licata and the Bulls will take over, down by 10. We're back to Buffalo with 13:59 left in regulation after this.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Welcome back to Buffalo here at Ralph Wilson Stadium. First collegiate football game at this venue since 1979, but right now the visitors in control, up by 10. Coach Quinn sends his offense back out there, an offense that has grown stagnant here in the second half. Off the play fake, pressure right up the middle, and it's another sack. Licata goes down. Jarris Campbell.
See here, they bring the pressure. Offensive line has struggled all day.
Oh, they said forward progress stopped. Can't review that, but that ball, a very beneficial whistle.
Yeah. Great job by Campbell. Defensive tackles for Bowling Green are the real deal. They've done a great job for this team, and Coach is right. They've really set the tempo.
2nd and 20. And they run Oliver to the right. His best run in a while, but not back to the line of scrimmage. Brian Sutton with the tackle.
Well, you never want to start with a 20-yard loss, you know, especially on this series where you need to really get yards and put something together on offense. Pressure's on now, 3rd and long. Again, defense really strives for these situations and get this young quarterback in a tough bind.
Look for the jump ball to Newt. See his bottom of your screen left. The flag down, free play for the Bulls over the middle. And that looks like it's Fred Lee right at the marker, so they'll take the first down. 13-yard pickup.
There's a flag down. Offside. Defense, number 93. Penalties decline. First down.
So that's Ouellette that jumped.
See the other center trying to cut him. Cuts air on that one, but good job by Licata delivering that deep in route. Nice catch to get to move the sticks for Buffalo's offense.
So despite the 10-yard loss on 1st and 10, the Bulls keep the drive moving. Pressure coming again. Licata gets rid of it for a completion.
Newts.
Gain of 15 into Bowling Green territory.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with Licata, though. He's never phased. Down 10, big yardage he's got to pick up and gain. Stands in the pocket, delivers the ball. That's about 3-4 times now, Eamon, on that in cut, that deep in that they've caught a football to get that first down.
Again, he'd said it was his goal since high school to stay home and be the guy that brings a championship to Buffalo. He has Lee wide open.
They faked the wide receiver screen, and this would have been a great Willie Mays catch here. Tough for Fred Lee. Licata stands in there and delivers a ball, getting hit. That pressure up front by Ouellette.
So now 2nd and 10 from the Bowling Green 47. Trips to the left.
Ward showing it early. Looks like they checked out of it.
Pressure again. Licata over the middle. Dangerous pass. They are able to create pressure without blitzing right now.
You're right. I mean, these defensive linemen right now have been attacking the pocket when Licata goes back to pass. Starts up front. We talked about the 2 defensive tackles. Campbell, Ouellette doing a really good job right now. Buffalo again finds himself in 3rd and long.
And you see the dominance that this defense has shown throughout the month continuing. They've allowed just 1 touchdown in 3, almost 4 complete games in the month of November.
But they've been dangerous bringing pressure up the middle. This is where they get creative here on 3rd down.
Campbell in the slot for Buffalo. Here comes pressure, clean, and another sack. Ted Ouellette playing a whale of a ball game. 5th sack of the afternoon for Bowling Green.
It's a great job. He's all over the place. Moved outside here on the defensive line position. Really don't have a way to find him. They bring pressure up the middle at Ward, and he just goes all the way around the outside. It looked like left the right tackle, excuse me, thought he had some running back help there. Wasn't there for him. Gets the easy sack.
So a huge stop on third down because it also sends out the punter, so Coach Quinn doesn't even think about going for it on fourth down. 9th punt of the day. Fair catch made at the 20, which is where Bowling Green will take over. Up by 10 with the ball on the road. The Falcons can smell it. We're back to Ralph Wilson after this. Dominant performance so far by the Bowling Green defense as we take a look at the score by quarter here in the MAC East Division title game. Ted Ouellette coming up with a big sack on 3rd and long, which gets the ball back to Bowling Green, and now Coach Clausen's club looks to put one more nail in the coffin of the Bulls.
The reason why Bowling Green's defense is 8th in the nation, they're living up to it right now against Buffalo's offense.
Here's Green running to the right. Good penetration by Stockman. Jake Stockman with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage for Buffalo.
Again, Buffalo got a turnover early in the second half. Need to come up with something to spark this team. And they're going to have to lean on the defense to make a big play for this Buffalo team.
They empty the backfield here on 2nd and 11 from their own 18. Complete. Joplin falls down before he could head upfield for the first down. So it's a 10-yard pickup, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
Thought maybe he got across those sticks when he fell down. Comes up short. Try to speed it up here on 3rd and 1.
Bowling Green going quickly. High snap. They go to Green up the middle. And he gets the first down.
Bowling Green's going to start working this clock too as they continue to move the chains. Been so effective running the football. Again, that long drive in the 3rd quarter when Matt Johnson decided to pull the ball on that read option and take it 56 yards. That could be coming again. I've seen it open a few times. He's handed off to Travis Green, so let's keep an eye on that.
Trips to the left. Dropped. Incomplete. Looking for Heath Jackson on the sideline.
See that angle, that throw, it's almost sidearm. He can do so many things. Drop football there. You got to pull that one in. Catch it with your hands on a cold day. The good receivers that can stand up and make those catches, the ones that he's going to count on late in this game.
Roger Johnson with good coverage. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the Bowling Green 30. Here's Green on the straight handoff. Maybe a gain of 1. Looks like Skinner. The man Coach Tepper calls the conductor in on the play, so they're going to set up 3rd and long, as it looks like Green might be slow to get up. We're going to step aside. We're back to Buffalo after this. Back here in Buffalo, while we were away, Travis Green was able to make it off the field, and now you see the Bowling Green medical staff tending to him, and it looks like he's going to be in good shape here, which is obviously, if you're a Bowling Green fan, good to see for the year he's had.
Absolutely.
So Jordan Hopgood out there for this 3rd and long. Your coach Clausen, you're up 10. Your defense has dominated. Do you risk putting the ball in the air?
Well, I don't know. You know, that last play was really close. It almost looked like the running back had fumbled Travis Green, and then it was recovered by Buffalo's defense. I don't know
Previous play, runner was ruled down by his forward progress. Players under further review.
The big question is
forward progress is,
well, yeah, you're going to have, was the whistle blown?
I think that's what Coach Clausen's arguing, is forward progress reviewable.
You see it here. That's where he gets his knee twisted, but the ball comes out.
The ball comes out.
Now is that end of forward progress there, and you see number 30 jump on it.
Oh yeah, Houston.
Forward progress is not reviewable.
There.
Yeah, that
3rd down.
Okay. Well,
that's what Coach Clausen was saying.
Yeah.
I mean, once Ron Snodgrass said forward progress, I was curious why we were even bothered going to the review, but nevertheless, we all got it straightened out. Coach Quinn would have loved a review of that, obviously.
Yeah.
Instead, it's 3rd and 9. Johnson, deep down the sideline. Catch made by Joplin. Stays inbounds at the 20. Brought down at the 10 by Tamaris Bell, but another huge pickup.
How big has Joplin been today with this deep ball? They just hang it up. You see Lester there. He actually turns around, sees the ball. Look at the concentration, catching the ball at its highest point, and then making a move on somebody after he catches the football. Great job by Joplin right there. Makes the move, gets more yards. Huge play. Great throw by Matt Johnson.
64-yard pickup, and now Bowling Green can go for the dagger. First and goal from the Buffalo 7.
Look at that yards discrepancy right now. I mean, that's just huge difference between these two teams.
Most of that damage being done here in the second half. Johnson keeps it himself, has an alley to the end zone. Tripped up, but he gets in. Touchdown Bowling Green, 7 yards for the sophomore quarterback out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Scrappy runner right there, I'll tell you. He was fighting, he saw that end zone. Just gets there before the Buffalo defender pulls him down. It's a designed QB run. There's nothing like that feeling of seeing the end zone here. You see he stretches out before his knee hits the ground. And really this game, Eamon, has come down to a few big plays. Who was going to make them right now? Bowling Green's offense has made them.
And Johnson's made a bunch.
Players under further review.
Well, it's a scoring play, but certainly at that first glance, it appeared that his knees were still up in the air before the ball crossed the line.
It looks pretty clear here.
Skinner makes the tackle, but still up, then the lunge. That's a touchdown.
Yep. The ball even crosses the line before that right elbow hits the ground too, so good effort by Skinner there to try to hold him out, but again.
And some strength to hold on to that ball, basically with one hand when he lands on the hard turf.
How important is this game for these guys? I mean, you talk about getting those inner strengths, those defining moments, trying to get yourself into the title game against Northern Illinois. These kids are fighting. Both teams have given great effort.
So the call is confirmed. What a second half for Bowling Green here on the road in Buffalo. With a trip to the MAC championship game on the line, they come out of the locker room and have taken it to the Bulls, and Matt Johnson has led the way here in the second half. So the extra point is good to make it a 17-point lead for Coach Clausen's club. And a reminder, college hockey is back in action on ESPNU. Today at 5, it's a great showdown from the Big Ten Conference when the Badgers visit the #1 ranked Golden Gophers. Number 13 Wisconsin against #1 Minnesota. College hockey today at 5 on ESPNU and also live on Watch ESPN. Tons of tradition when the Badgers and the Gophers meet. The series started back in 1922, and you strive for excellence when you go to these two programs to play hockey. 11 combined national titles.
See Matt Johnson there, and you look at his numbers in the first half, Eamon. Only 3 completions for 22 yards, but he's really taken the turn here in the second half. He's got 8 completions, 8 for 14, 208 yards. Huge second half for that young man. And you know, which quarterback was going to step up and make those plays? And you know, when he got 2 big receivers, he's thrown the ball up a few times to Joplin. Made some outstanding catches today.
He was at high school at Bishop McDevitt in Harrisburg. All the big-time schools said, if only you were 6'3". Bowling Green said, we want you now. His first offer was from Bowling Green. He committed, and now he's on the verge of going to the MAC championship game. Let's check in with Dari Noka in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update a couple of games in the ACC. Miami still has an outside shot at winning the Coastal Division. They're at Pittsburgh today. Gus Edwards takes it in. They're up 24-7 in the second. They've got to win and have losses by Duke and Virginia Tech. A lot of folks in the MAC in Northern Illinois watching what Fresno State does. Derek Carter, Devontae Adams, they lead San Jose State 20-14, guys.
All right, Dari, thanks a lot. So Buffalo running out of time. And Licata throws it away.
You know, Eamon, Khalil Mack has been the best defender on the field today by far, but collectively up front, this defensive line from Bowling Green really done a great job, really pushing that pocket, putting the pressure on Licata, making him make quick decisions, funneling him out of the pocket where he's not a great passer when he gets out of that the pocket there in the middle. So really good job. Credit to those kids for what they've done so far.
Here's a completion to Mason Schreck. So that'll set up 3rd and 5. Spotted at the Buffalo 41. Bowling Green defense, what a job they're doing, allowing just 2.6 yards a play here. Now Licata. Knocked down at the line by Lynch.
Isn't it fitting? DJ Lynch there with a nice play. Shows like he's coming. He's up there at the line of scrimmage, then plays off, reads the quarterback eyes, knocks the ball down, almost makes an interception.
Trips to the left here for 4th and 5.
Joe Licata is going to have to make a quick decision here. They're showing blitz right now for Bowling Green's defense.
Here it comes up the middle. Licata gets rid of it. Catch made for a 1st down. Lee carries a tackler into Bowling Green territory. 17-yard pickup for Buffalo.
Good read by Licata. Lee makes a tough catch there. Hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. Now you're down to 7 minutes in this game. Got to keep it flowing on this offense to have a chance.
Pressure coming again up the middle. They pick it up. Looking deep. Knocked away at the last second. Aaron Foster with tremendous coverage.
Really was, my goodness. Running stride for stride. Newts has a step here. The ball's a little underthrown, but look at the effort there by Foster. And again, there's always somebody by the quarterback when he throws the ball. It's never been a clean throw today by Licata. This time it was DJ Lynch's turn. Offensive line's got to hold up for just another second for him to get a nice clear throw.
Lynch looking to come again. But he backs off. Licata flushed out of the pocket. And he throws it away.
And really, Eamon, you know, those throws he's been throwing down the field that becoming a little short with the receiver having a step is because of the defensive pressure and that defender just getting there. Not getting the sack, but really preventing him to follow through on the throw. And a couple of those balls now not quite getting to the wide receiver.
So 3rd and 10, trips to the right. The pump looking to set up the screen. And he's almost intercepted. And he threw it right to Campbell.
Yeah, defense sniffed that one right out. Another 4th down now. Buffalo's got to try to convert here. They've had success on that 10, 12-yard in route. They've been running it all day, and you know, Bowling Green hasn't stopped it, but right now, tough situation, 4th and 10.
Lynch and Swan again standing up, showing pressure. Ten on the play clock. Pressure from the blind side. And it's incomplete. So Bowling Green will get it back.
They show blitz. Get to the quarterback there, and you got to make a quick decision. You see here, Licata's just waiting for that receiver just a little too long. And number 61, Terrence Bush, gets his opportunity to make a big play. The incomplete pass on 4th and 10 gives the ball back to Bowling Green.
7 minutes and 3 seconds away from the Marathon MAC Championship game next Friday in Detroit. Ford Field the site. Northern Illinois is in. Bowling Green appears to be on its way. Green maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Barksdale on the tackle, and you take a look at the history of Dave Clawson. This is what he does. He did it at Richmond. Yep. He did it at Fordham, and he told us it was not going to be a quick fix. He had a plan. He was going to be high on character. He wanted a redshirt guy so that when they got good, they could sustain it.
Yeah, he wasn't going to go get JUCO players to come in. He wanted to build the program from the bottom and let these kids develop. He's done an excellent job. Both coaches really have done an excellent job of growing their programs right now. Bowling Green's going to work this clock down.
Green can't bounce his way into an alley. Mack in on the play and throws him down. And this week, since he was returning to Buffalo, plenty of coverage about his return. And there was an interesting article in one of the Buffalo papers as he still carries his name tag from his waiter days when he was working at the Cooker Bar and Grill in Columbus, Ohio, to remind him of where he started and what it was like when he was fired from his first coaching job here at Buffalo. That was a long time ago. Now he has his sights set on Detroit, and we're back after this. Green defense has dominated their opponents in the month of November, but next week it'll be December and Jordan Lynch in Detroit.
Well, you know, Jordan Lynch is a one-man wrecking crew. He's led this team offensively, averages almost 150 yards a game rushing, been the MAC conference leader in rushing. His total offense, 351. He has carried this program since he's been at NIU.
There you see the stats against Western Michigan. Another tremendous performance and plenty of buzz about the Heisman and being invited to New York, and that would certainly be well deserved, but he has a big game left to play next week in Detroit. Will he be looking at the tape of the Bowling Green defense, or can Buffalo rally with just over 6 minutes left to play, down by 17? Back to Green. Five-yard pickup. He continues to work his way towards a new school record for yards in a season. And right now, it doesn't look like the outcome Khalil Mack was hoping for, but the accolades and the accomplishments continue.
Well, how about that? You know, Jason Babin had 75 tackles for a loss. Khalil Mack has really, he's set the tone. I mean, he's been absolutely a stellar career for this young man. Obviously, trying so hard. He came back his senior year to get to that championship game. Really been the most dominant defensive player in the MAC conference really the last 2 seasons. And he's going to get his chance at the next level. He's going to be one of the highest picked players.
It's amazing when you look at his accomplishments and you realize he only had 2 scholarship offers from Liberty and Buffalo. And before he could make up his mind, an assistant coach named Robert Wimberly moved from Liberty to Buffalo, and he told Turner Gill, then the head coach, hey, I got this linebacker you might like.
It's really unreal how a guy like that goes through the cracks, and big schools miss out on him.
Campbell makes the fair catch signal, runs up and gets it at the 27. So with 5:52 left to play, off the 33-yard punt, Licata and the Bulls have to go big and fast. They have the deep threat in Newts, but can they give Licata the time?
Well, they're going to have a big play here somewhere. Just like Joplin was making big plays, they need quick, big plays, and they got that tall receiver, Newts, on the outside. They got to start chucking this ball up deep.
Ouellette gets in there again, but he gets rid of it and picked off. Cameron Truss with the interception. And with 5:42 left to play, that should do it. Flag late on the play. Second turnover of the game.
Cameron Truss, I'll tell you, 4-year starter. He's the team's best.
After the play, personal foul on the offense, number 50, 15-yard penalty, first down, Bowling Green.
Obvious frustrations there from Buffalo. But you see Cameron Truss here, he reads the quarterback all the way, short throw, comes right up, makes the big interception. Like I said, a 4-year starter, Eamon. I mean, you want to talk about a veteran, a guy that's helped led this program, a guy that was sitting in the back of the halls as a freshman. And Coach Clawson said, listen, son, we're going to put you out there in the fire early in your career. And by the time you're a senior, you're going to have a chance to play in the MAC championship game. Really incredible what he's done, Coach Clawson, of building this program with the youth that he's brought in.
Another factor that needs to be pointed out is the continuity on the staff. Defense coordinator Mike Elko, offensive coordinator Warren Ruggiero. This whole staff has been together for several years, and you don't see that often nowadays in college football.
There's no question about it. Being loyal to the program. You know, you tell those recruits when they come in as freshmen, we're going to be here for you. We're going to be there to guide and lead. And you tell the parents when you're recruiting them, you know, we're going to be there for those kids, and they've lived up to it. They've stayed around, and they've had success. And they were in this situation last year, and they fell short to Kent State, and they got themselves back on track again to put themselves in the situation, and now they find themselves 5 minutes away from playing in a MAC championship game.
Coach Clawson said, I really didn't need to harp on that. These guys knew the similarities between this year and last year. I reminded them at the beginning of the month, and that was about it. I'd say the message got through. Pretty effective reminder, the way they have dominated play here in November. Houston lowering the boom. And it's a defense that has allowed 1 touchdown in 4 contests in this month.
It's really been remarkable. And I'll tell you, this is going to be setting up now for a huge championship game. Jordan Lynch, like we spoke about, this is going to be the best offense versus the conference's best defense. Should be a good game.
4:48 left to play here. Bowling Green moving closer and closer to Detroit. Let's check in with Dari in the studio.
Hey guys, how about this? Sam Warning in Minnesota about to take on Wisconsin. Well, what's the significance of this besides being a top 15 game It is the first hockey game in Big Ten Conference history. The first in Big Ten Conference history. Conference just got fired up this year. So this is history in the making coming up on ESPNU, guys.
All right, Dari, looking forward to that. College hockey history being made as the Big Ten goes all in on hockey. Next year, the conference will go all in on lacrosse. Looking forward to that. But right now, the Bowling Green Falcons, they can mentally, I think, start to think about Detroit and Northern Illinois now with 4:48 left to play. And Buffalo will have another game left to play at 8-3, but it will not be in Detroit for the MAC championship, it appears right now. Johnson keeps it himself. Good play by Okoye Houston to disrupt that and bring him down.
And let's give credit to Jeff Quinn and his team and what they've been able to do. They've fought all year and they've had a successful season. A lot of seniors on this team, loaded up defense. Again, building the program. You know, the futures are bright at the quarterback position for both of these teams. Obviously, they're going to be around Licata and, of course, Matt Johnson, who's really had a great game today for Bowling Green. So as those seniors and juniors get older, seniors leave, they're just producing more talent and depth for these two young football teams.
So Dave Clawson will let the clock run down to 1, then take a timeout. And then you decide if he looks for 3 more points or he just wants to run some time off the clock.
30-second timeout.
You know, unfortunately, I guess if you're a Bowling Green fan, on the flip side of this, you know after this year, with the success Dave Clawson has had at now 3 different stops, your name's going to be mentioned for quote-unquote bigger jobs. It's going to be out there.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, listen, he's earned his stripes, and that's what happens in this business. You know, I see it all the time when I was playing in college, playing at the college NFL level. Coaches are trying to grow and get a big job, bigger opportunity. But right now, it's all about Bowling Green. You know, he's done a great job leading this team, and for at least this year, Eamon, you know, he's going to be proud of what he's done, his players have done, and continue to, you know, be the coach for this team.
One of his side jobs when he was getting his coaching career started at Albany, he worked at a Catholic elementary school in Albany, and his job was to tire out the 4-year-olds and the 5-year-olds, so he invented a game called Crazy, where they ran around as fast as they could, and when he yelled crazy, they had to stop. And it was very effective. The nuns at the Catholic school were very happy to have some worn-out young students. Now Green adds to his total, the 3-yard gain. So the Bowling Green defense back out there. Ouellette, Lynch. They've been all over the place. And again, allowing just 1 touchdown. And you take a look at the last 3 games against Ohio, Eastern Michigan, and now Buffalo.
That's impressive right there. You look at that, 65 yards total yards last week, and then obviously today.
Licata forced out of the pocket, shovels it ahead to Oliver. Oliver makes a move, lowers the shoulder, and gets a first down. ESPNU has a college football ACC-SEC doubleheader tomorrow. First at 3:30 from Charlottesville, Virginia Tech and Virginia. Then Tennessee, Kentucky follows at 7. ESPNU's college football on ESPNU. Both games also live on Watch ESPN. Licata checks down for the first down to Newts.
You see Newts catch a ball there, a senior. You see Brandon Oliver, obviously a senior, trying to get their final chance go around to get to that championship game, and they've fought and they've had outstanding careers at Buffalo.
Ouellette pushing the pocket backwards, and Licata incomplete over the middle. Looking for Fred Lee, but you have to be impressed with the performance today by Ted Ouellette, the 50-year senior.
Well, defensive coordinator Mike Elko said, listen, you know, we can give praise where praise is due, but it starts in the middle. And Ouellette, Campbell, these guys have set the tempo and disturbed the offensive line all day long.
He gets cut blocked there, and Newts makes the grab on the slant, brought down at midfield by Aaron Foster. 6-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 3. And that's incomplete. No flags, good coverage. Looking for Jimmy Gordon. Make it Shrek. Rylan Ward.
You know, I'm really impressed with the defense. You know, you talk about just rushing for their 2 defensive tackles. You talk about the tackling ability of their linebackers and the coverage in the back end, the experience. We said 136 total starts for their 4 starting DBs. That's impressive. You can trust guys like that in the second half of the year.
Licata dumps it off to Oliver, who cannot make the grab. So Bowling Green gets another stop on 4th down. Good coverage from DJ Lynch. And before Bowling Green takes the field to run out the clock, let's check in with Dari in the studio.
All right, guys, we head to the ice, which actually may be warmer than where you guys are right now in Buffalo. Adam Wilcox in Minnesota, #1 in all the land, getting ready for Wisconsin in the first Big Ten Conference hockey game ever, guys.
Love how Dari in that warm, toasty studio points out the beautiful conditions here in Buffalo, but it has been a great game for Bowling Green to go on the road and clinch the MAC East Division title. Coach is starting to sense it and put this one in the win column, and now they'll enjoy this for, what, 24 hours? Is that the rule before they start thinking about Jordan Lynch?
Yeah, you definitely get that 24-hour rule, and they'll use every minute of it to enjoy it.
I don't know. I think they'll start looking at Northern Illinois cut-ups on that bus ride home. They're going to have plenty of time, right?
Well, the coaches will. The players are going to use that time. I know that. It's well-deserved. You know, you talk about seniors on this team. You come in as a freshman, and you have goals. You want to go in, and you want to be a starter as a player, and then you come in, and you just get that starting role, and you want to be a leader, and then you want to lead the team and take it to the next level. And it's been a great team year, especially on defense for Bowling Green. And offensively, they've done a great job today. You look at 452 total yards, outstanding job, and it started at the quarterback position. Matt Johnson really came to play in the second half and really was the difference.
Yeah, and just the 1 field goal in the first half, then Johnson, that 56-yard run from his own 7, and then Houston, here he goes again. And he loses it. Buffalo recovers, so the defense going to have to go back out there. Derek Brim didn't give up on the play, forcing the fumble.
Well, you know, the 265-pound back isn't used to seeing daylight like this. He's got to secure that football. And there's no one better really forcing fumbles than this Buffalo defense. Unfortunately, it comes a little too late in this game for really to make a difference. But, again, an opportunity there for William Houston to really cap this game off.
So Licata and the Bulls offense back out there with 1:38 to play. Again, college hockey coming up next here on ESPNU. Wisconsin against Minnesota. This is caught by Boise Ross. Surges forward for a first down. Gain of 13.
First down, Bulls.
It's almost fitting. Bowling Green's defense gets to go back on the field one more time. Really been the leaders of this program this year.
Licata dumps it off to Oliver. It's out near the 35.
You can see the pride out of this defense. They're not going to let up any cheap yardage. They're going to go out there and finish this game.
Here's Lee with the catch. He pays the price as the helmet comes off. 8-yard pickup. He'll have to come out.
Tough defense. I mean, they just continue to play with less than a minute left as this clock ticks down. Really, that's kind of an exclamation point of what's been going on today in this game. They've dominated all day long.
Now we have an official's timeout. What's going to be their biggest challenge next week? I mean, we keep saying Jordan Lynch. It's obviously more than a one-man team for Northern Illinois.
Well, it is, and you know when you have
helmet off under a minute results in a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 40 seconds. Start on my signal.
You know, like you said, when you talked about Jordan Lynch, he's so versatile, and when he can rush the ball like he can, it really, you know, adds to those deep pass plays that can happen against Bowling Green, and that's the one thing they haven't done. They haven't peaked all season, so that's going to be key. Can they be disciplined in their assignment and not give up the big play down the field? But they will have their hands full with Jordan Lynch and Northern Illinois.
Lynch with the tackle.
Here's Ross in the middle of the field. And there it is, the Gatorade bath for Coach Clausen. Certainly
well deserved.
Could not have warmed him up, but he'll take it. And it's over. Bowling Green with a dominating second half performance on the road against Buffalo. Wins it 24-7. They capture the MAC East Division title, and they will move on to Detroit to take on number 14 Northern Illinois and Heisman Trophy candidate Jordan Lynch. Jeff Quinn's Bulls suffer their 4th loss of the season, but Bowling Green now wins the division and moves on to Ford Field next Friday night. Let's send it down to Brooke Weisbrod, standing by with Coach Clausen.
Coach, you told me at halftime that anybody was capable of making a big play. What do you make of the 2 big catches Sean Joplin gave you in the second half?
That's the guy I was talking about. He had a chance to make a couple of plays in the first half, and he didn't come up with it. In the second half, he was huge. Defense was awesome. Really proud of our football team.
You've been known for turning around programs. You've done it here again at Bowling Green. What will it mean to you and the program to play for a MAC title?
We're thrilled. It's first time in 10 years. Our goal is to get to Detroit, and then once we get to Detroit, we want to win. So, again, I'm proud of our football team. We'll enjoy this one for a day and get to work on Northern tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Eamon?
So he's given himself the 24-hour rule. The Falcons go into Buffalo and win the MAC East title. Coming up next on ESPNU, college hockey. Let's send you to the studio for an update on all the latest action. Here's Dari Noka.